Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the IESF World Championships qualifiers for the Women's Counter-Strike here in Europe. We're on our last day, Brandon. We've gotten through and decided all the teams that have qualified. That's all locked in. We've now got 3 best of ones remaining on the stream. They're going to be covering which teams are going to end up with the better seed when it comes to Rio. Now, Brandon, I thought we'd just take a moment to kind of go over a little bit about what's gone on so far. In particular, kind of just reiterating who's qualified for those finals, because we've got a fair few, all the teams from Europe are now through, obviously. So, obviously joining Netherlands was Team Sweden, Team Denmark, Team Spain, Team Poland, Team Portugal, and Team
France.
Cool. Remembering all my countries. Hey, I almost got through all of them without having to look. So, yeah, all those teams, congratulations to them. They've all qualified. And we've got games for Portugal, France, Spain, and Poland today. So the top 4 teams battling for the best seed.
Yeah, so it's kind of just a chill day, really. I mean, it's one of those where there's no real stakes for us watching the games. It's just more about who's going to have a better seed. And people might be saying, okay, well, what's the benefit of getting a better seed? And to be honest, it's not a huge sort of like deal, in my opinion. But basically what it means is you'll be in probably like an easier group. You'll be matched up against sort of easier opponents when you kind of first get to land in Riyadh. So it means that your first couple of days can be a little bit easier. You're playing against teams that are either sort of not from your region or just kind of in a group in which it should be easier for you to get through to the playoffs. So I suppose it does matter to a certain extent, but I think for all of these teams in Europe that have qualified through, I feel like the expectation for them is always to get to the playoffs anyway with these teams, and I can see the majority of them, if not all of them, making it through to playoffs anyway. So I think for Europe, the seeding doesn't matter as much, to be completely honest. But with that being said, everyone wants a good seed anyway. We've got highlights from yesterday we can kind of throw up on the screen as well to kind of take you through what happened. Obviously, we saw Portugal versus Norway. This was that qualification game, and Portugal were able to take them down. Norway didn't look very good yesterday. It didn't look like a team that really deserved to qualify through. To be honest, just the individuals didn't show up on the day, and that's a shame. But yeah, that's the way it goes sometimes.
I thought they looked better on Dust 2, funnily enough, which wasn't them that pick. So that was interesting. Mirage was a bit of a struggle. I think the revelation to me was that Pollux was calling on this series, which her debut, giving the IGL role a go, which is certainly a choice to be making, I guess, in your qualification match. But maybe they felt that what was going on wasn't working, wanted to try some fresh ideas. Didn't quite work out this time around, but Dust 2 definitely looked a lot better, and so commiserations to Norway. But for Portugal, this is a bit more of what we expected from them, because they had some sloppy games, they had some iffy results, and it's good to see them step up and play at the level we expect, because you look at this team and you look at the players on it, and it's a team you're expecting to go through. It's a team you're expecting to be in this sort of position in the playoffs at the end of the year, let alone here in the European qualifiers. So good to see this run of form. And I think part of why this bracket's going to be actually still pretty good is that it's going to give these teams more officials, right? Because they're not necessarily playing as a 5, in their day-to-day, right? We know that the Portuguese team, for instance, that 3 core, they're all on different teams. And over the next couple of months, they'll be playing on those teams and probably won't be having as much time as Portugal to kind of get those officials in. So any opportunity, even if it is these best of 1 seeding matches, to play as that 5, I think is always worthwhile.
Yeah, I think it's the same case, I think, for Team France. They were playing in the Femme Fury tournament as Team France. I think they're playing in another one as well as Team France. Same with Team Spain. They are actually just a team anyway. So that they get a lot of officials under their belt. They're competing in the Trade It sort of tournament that's coming up this weekend as well. So there's plenty of opportunities for sort of these players to have those reps. And you're right, I think any national team that can practice as much as they possibly can in between all of the other commitments that they've got is typically going to perform probably a lot better, because they'll be a lot more structured and they'll have a lot more of an idea of what they want to achieve come Riyadh, rather than, oh, we've just been thrown together again, let's try to remember how to play.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, it's also just a massive confidence booster. Portugal now just come through and they, they beat out France and then, potentially just do this upset run. That's going to be, a huge confidence boost for them. So that was just all that game. We had the France versus Denmark seeding match. That was our first seeding match, actually, in that lower bracket. And that was an interesting one because Denmark, I expected a little more from them, to be honest, and France just kind of demolished them.
I think they lost the entire map in the veto. To be completely honest,
Yeah.
playing France one of their best maps. The thing to counter structured teams is just to play pretty aggressive, get in their face. That's exactly what Rachel and Astra like to do. Kaede was having a great game as well, in my opinion, and Denmark just really struggled to get things going. And I also do think that the sort of energy mentally exerted on qualifying through in the first place and then having to go into this seeding game, they kind of would have taken it as it's a seeding game. In my opinion, that's how I feel like they would have looked at it, rather than this game matters so much more compared to France, who this was their only game of the day.
Yeah, and I think for France it's the same thing with Spain, where they're on boot camp for this. So every game, even if it is seeding, is probably going to have a little bit more energy and a bit more fire in behind it than otherwise would, right? Even if they are thinking in their heads, oh, it's just seeding. When you're all sitting there in a room together and you're getting, really excited when a sick play happens, that energy is contagious. So I think it's just going to be an inherent advantage, even if the perspective is the same between teams. So Spain and France, the teams I guess I'm most interested in keeping an eye on. We haven't covered Spain on the broadcast at all yet, so I'm actually really excited for this first match because I don't know what they play like. I know that they've been winning, which is obviously great, but I don't know how they've been winning, and I want to see it because they beat France and they beat Serbia. They've been a bunch of they beat Portugal. They've been a bunch of really strong teams, but I've not seen how. So Poland, talk about a test for Spain.
Yeah, this is going to be hard, isn't it? A best of one. But look, Poland have been looking a little bit vulnerable. That game against Team Sweden, you could argue that Team Sweden could have won that 2-0.
They should have won it.
And they should have. Instead, it goes the other way. Team Poland are able to get that victory over the line on Inferno. And now you go up against Spain. They would have been reset as well. They have a few days off. You come back into this. You got to remember that Team Poland is Team Na'Vi Javelins. So they're also a team that would be playing together the entire time anyway, even between this qualification stage and moving to Riyadh. They'll be playing ESL Impacts. They'll be playing all the other tournaments. So you take a look at that and you think, okay, well, they're probably going to have the best advantage ever. It would surprise me if they aren't seeded too. But Team Spain, you're right, they've been winning every single upset game. If they come out of here, remember, it's only a best of one. They only need to kind of, I don't want to use the term get lucky, but if that's the way you want to kind of frame it, they only need to really get lucky once in a BO1. You don't have that fallback in a BO3. Let's take a look at the lineup for Spain as well, because I know this team's got some cool names in it. I think, for example, Mariam, who had time on Bigger Keeper, ID as well, has been all over the scene, stood in for Shimmer as well for ESL Impact a few seasons ago. And I know that these players have got very good potential. I'm not sure about Miss Laya. I'm not sure about Mami. I'm not sure about Freeze. But they're the only ones I really know about are ID and Mariam.
Yeah, I know they've been grinding. That's the most important thing. Mariam's actually been really solid, it looks like, in recent performances. And ID has had a massive uptick in improvement in her, at least just from looking at the numbers, in their games. I've been really impressed with what ID's been showing lately. So that's really cool because she's been such a veteran player. And obviously, when Beekeeper went through changes, we didn't see her for a while, as you mentioned, a few standing situations, but not back in a full roster. And it feels like this team is playing outside of, national competition as a 5. So it's a really cool opportunity for her to take a new Spanish roster through. We could bring up Poland. Everyone knows Poland. We're looking at Na'Vi Javelins representing their home country like they did back in 2022. Letty, Viku, Hanka, Lena, and Jelka. And I think let's just refresh everyone on kind of the most recent stuff with this team. Viku took over IGL at the start of the year. Didn't get the best results at ESL Impact. It was their actually worst result since ever. They've always got to the finals all through last year. This year they didn't even get to the playoffs, so that was very disappointing for them. And And I think the biggest thing that's been a struggle for them has been Angelica as well, in terms of consistency. Like in particular at this event, was really struggling. Hanker's been doing everything. Hanker is just like on a whole nother level right now. But it feels like there's not that support around her at all times.
You've got to give a shout out to Letty, though, because
Yes.
Letty's been playing very well over the last couple of months, I think, since relieving the IGL responsibilities from her. He's got a lot of focus just on her individual, and you've seen a real uptick. I want to look at the veto. I want to see where we're going. Lucy, can you guess it? I'm probably going to say Ancient.
God,
what a shock.
Damn it.
What a surprise. We've got Ancient again. I wonder...
Why are you banning Nuke, Navi? Why are you banning Nuke?
I wonder if we're going to get Ancient every game today.
We will. I'm telling you right now. It's going to be Ancient every game.
That's exciting. I personally haven't really seen Ancient too much on the broadcast, so I'm really looking forward to seeing it for maybe the 7th, 8th time.
Yeah, well, it'll be mine like 12th time. It's been so many of these best of ones. In fact, that's got to be 8 of the 11 best of ones that we've done have been on Ancient, I think. I've quick mathed that. I'm not sure if we've even had that many best of ones. It was 9 on the first. Yeah, no, that works out. This is our 11th, I think. So yeah, 8 of the 11 have been on Ancient. So it's a very popular map. Everyone's had their reps on it. So, you know, we should be expecting some exciting Counter-Strike. And it's scary for Spain. I kind of would have preferred if they'd banned Ancient personally, and gone to something like an Inferno. I guess they're all strong maps for Navi. This is the problem. For Poland.
Why would, if you're Team Poland, why would you just put it on Ancient? Why would you not want it to go anywhere else?
What's what I'm wondering? It's like, why don't you try and go Nuke or
is
something like that?
Is it because you have got the most data on Team Spain on Ancient, so you can research them beforehand? Is it that you just feel so confident in your Ancient anyway that it doesn't matter?
Well, Spain did lose to France on Ancient. That was 13-8 loss. That was the one map they lost to France before they reverse swept them. So maybe there's something in that. They did beat Portugal on it, so they've had kind of mixed success both directions during this upper bracket run. So perhaps that's some of the reasoning. They've seen, oh, well, if France can do it, we're better than France. We can do it. Maybe that's the kind of thinking there. Or you just play something you're comfortable on. Really, ultimately, for this team, for this Polish squad, surely that they haven't probably put too much thought into it outside of we like to play this map, we're better on it, we're going to win.
Yeah, that is honestly probably the mentality for Team Poland. For Team Spain, then I guess we've spoken a little bit about players that we're looking out for in terms of ID kind of topping the scoreboard quite a lot. Miriam as well. I think that covers that. I think for Team Poland, when we're taking a look at players to watch out for, I want to put a lot of emphasis on Angelica. I really do, because I've got a lot of expectations, because Angelica has built them up for me over the last sort of couple of years of play, and now we're not seeing it. I don't know if it's CS2. That could actually start to be a conversation, but you've had enough time now where it should be a change, and I think we're actually a year in to CS2 now, which is a weird thing to say, but that you can't really use that as an excuse anymore.
Felt like she was good last year, you know, when CS2 first came out, and when we're talking kind of the ESL Impact Season 4 finals, I feel like she played great. I don't think there was like a noticeable disparity between her CSGO performance. So I don't know if it's that. I don't. Maybe it's something with, you know, the changing calling. Maybe they've changed some other things in the server, and maybe something else is affecting her. I don't know. But the consistency's not been there, and she's meant to be that star, right? There was a period last year where I considered her top 3 riflers in the world. I definitely wouldn't put her in that pile right now. I think top 10, yeah, on a good day, but right now, nowhere near where she was this time a year ago. And so that's something that for this team, even outside of this competition, we need to see Angelica get back to that form, because that's what made this team so scary and made them the team that was going to beat Imperial and be the best women's team in the world.
Yeah, I think they try to do too much, and the thing with this team is I don't think they've got a clear direction of where they want to go in, and you can't. The thing is with Team Poland, just as a 5 outside of being Team Poland for a second, is you look into the talent pool, and if you want to remain full national, full Polish, you can't really get anyone better. So then that's why you've got all these changes to the roles. The thing is, by changing the roles every season, which is every sort of 6 months, you're not giving it enough time. And now you're trying to create a new structure, and it's all really convoluted and it doesn't work. Anyway, back to this task at hand with Team Poland and Team Spain. I still think Team Poland are going to do it. But with that being said, I'm excited for Team Spain. I want them to show us something new, and we're going to get new because we've not seen it on the stream. Vamos.
Vamos, let's go. Poland on the T side, and they're going pacey to cave. Mariam's here with dual Berettas. Little slight bait and switch in the corner. Oh, it's a nice little spot to swing out. She gets a double from it, but Hanka, of course, has opened up the site with a double. So that's given the space. Freeze, she's going to walk through this. No, does pause. Smoke kit available, so all the tools for the retake. Long control established by the T's. Idy's just sitting behind the box. Now, Vika going to clear this. Yeah, oh, wow. Freeze comes back, bails her out. And now it's on to Hanka to ace clutch this round first. 2 more to find. Now they know where she is, and that kit is in play. Remember that smoke towards the bomb, but they have to get past her. Flash is good, actually, straight off her peak. Now bomb being tapped, bomb being defused. 5 seconds, she can't get there. ID providing cover, played perfectly by Freeze and by Spain.
Wow, what a retake that is. They wait for Team Poland to make the mistake, and VQ makes it over towards CT. If she had pressured ID, if ID was on her own, that would have been such a great play. But the fact that Freeze, firstly, doesn't commit through that short smoke, doesn't try to be the hero and make the play. The reason why she sat there is because they're waiting for the cave player to rotate over and they can all move in together. So Freeze is tasked with holding long. ID, I think, jiggles a little bit and then sits back, waits for that mistake. They get it, and Team Spain punished. That was a really nice way to approach that retake.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that. NT by Hanka. But Spain play it to perfection. Vicky looking to walk this smoke, and but this force buy, yeah, the timing could not have been better. Freeze still got one. ID though, swinging out and does convert with the MP9. That was the bomb drop. They have to come back. Angelica gets hers. Lena looking for this player in Temple, but can't win versus the FAMAS. Bomb planted though. Viku needs to win this fight. Does. Just about. And again, it's going to be a clutch required, but look at the health. So difficult for her. Smoke goes onto the bomb and walking around the edge. Mariam, again, another retake played to perfection.
Yeah, I think the important thing I'm learning a lot about this Spain roster immediately in the first couple of rounds is that they are doing everything together. There's no sort of individual plays being made unless there's a guarantee that a trade can come through within the next couple of seconds. That's why ID swings out with the MP9 to guarantee one, also to make sure that all of Team Poland are just staring at her so Team Spain can walk through the CT smoke, so that Team Spain can come over from Temple and then crunch onto the bomb site. And also, when they are in these retake positions, they've got utility. There was a molly, there was a smoke, there was a kit. They have everything at their disposal. They're not just dumping their utility for the sake of it.
Of course, Poland will invest straight back in. How these rounds going, can't blame them. Smokes all over the joint. Start VQ with the AK, looking for the fight. Swing is good from Lena, gets hers, but from behind default, Miss Lai is found out by Angelica, actually through the cubby. And Freeze put down. Poland's tenacity, their continued force buys will work. ID is not in the right place, and Hanka will win out that engagement.
Okay, well, if rushing doesn't work, sometimes you just got to rush harder. And here, the difference for Team Poland, again, we've got to talk about trade spacing. But notice when they go on this execute with the utility, the contact comes in off one of the first rifles, and then the flashbang explodes. So all of Team Spain are looking to try and create this sort of crossfire, but they get completely undone by the utility that comes after the contact. It's that delay. Only by half a second, but it's enough for Team Poland to safely make it in the site. It's well worked. And for them, it's another creep. up towards B. There are 4 players here, but they're only armed with pistols.
Yeah, good news is VQ will get this info pretty quick, and in fact, Lena just gets both kills in this site. She might just be left just to see what she can get done, and actually finding 3 kills is going to bring the squad back. Hanko in danger. Yeah, tapped out. It can still get actually out of hand because look at this tuck. Miriam is going to swing in a moment, but Letty gets both of those. That's a sick adjustment for the second.
Yeah, Mariam wanted to play off the contact in that pocket, but where Team Poland threw the flashbang over the top, she couldn't swing, she couldn't see anything. So that's what completely breaks that setup. Nice couple of kills, though, from Team Spain, all things considered. Yeah, that flash. That's what causes that delay. That was the force buy, which didn't really look like a force buy because it was armor 5/7s, and now it is 5 players stacking A. This could be a head-on collision.
They're in the right place, that's for certain. Gel cut. Oh, deleted by the Deagle. Now they all swing into action, and it actually was going pretty well for a moment. Letty, if she'd gone down there, it would have been a one-on-one. They walk into that stack of players, and they do come out on the other side, but it does cost them a little bit.
Yeah, look, no investment, really, apart from a Deagle, and you get 3 kills. You take that all day long if you're Team Spain. Really good economic damage. But it's Team Poland that are now in the lead. And the thing is, the one thing you don't want to give Team Poland is momentum. And what's really good about just looking at the scoreboard currently is that everyone is firing. It isn't just Hanka versus the world. However, it might be in this round. This is really fast. ID, though, lines them up, knocks down 2 of them. And now Miriam steps in from Cave. This is a complete collapse.
Yeah, Poland wanted to go fast and try and completely catch Spain off guard on the next round when they get the guns back out. Which I don't hate the call, but there was no flash on the ID. She's just standing out in the open, or at least her timing on it was perfect. Dodges as they scale, and then she swings and cleans them up. A 2, and then almost the 3rd, which is plenty of enough. Then your Jaguar players swing. Everything works out perfect from Spain there as 2 teams meet head on. That's that ID impact we've been talking about.
It's interesting how they're approaching mid. Oh, we'll come back to that in a sec. As Lena bursts through the smoke, Miriam does the same. Miriam finds 2. That is such an overperformance from her, and suddenly that puts it back in favor, at least for now, because Angelka is lurking all the way up sight, trying to carve out a pathway to get the bomb down.
Yeah, they know one's in cave, so they can just isolate. Oh, the flames, Miss Laia. She has to force back. Angelka maybe didn't hear this. Now she's going to know. Oh, that flashbang. That's unfortunate, but it doesn't matter. VQ, we saw her pull off some sick clutches already. And a 1v2 looking like something she wants to do. First hers, but Flash this time a lot better from Miss Laia. And we will see Bane take the lead.
Okay, so not Na'Vi. Team Poland, their adjustment to the mid control is to try and be disruptive and chaotic. Team Poland feel like they can survive in all of this pressure that they create by running through smokes, creating disorientation. Team Spain are currently playing the more meta way of taking middle, where you completely leave A, at least for the first 10-15 seconds. You have a 3rd player that leans mid that can throw the supportive utility. You've got 2 players fighting forward. The benefit of doing that is that it gets your mid players up in towards shelf and lane faster. You can put the smoke down on towards elbow instantly, and it means you can have a much more of a crunch over towards B. Poland against it really well by running through the smoke on Jaguar, but ultimately the clutch just didn't go their way. I'm really impressed with Team Spain.
Yeah, this run not a fluke by any measure. Half 5 from Poland. Letty has a Galil, and we've got some AMAC-10 in the mix. We've actually managed to get quite a lot of control considering the buy. That Molotov, the mouth of Cave, forced the CTs back, who have stacked B. Like, that's a 4-player lead, and you've just got Miss Laia with this AWP. And she's holding an angle where she's just looking into A main. So this walk through Donut is the perfect maneuver. Lena can also catch off rotations. Spain's response has been to take the lane control, but the issue is they have then not rotated players.
Yeah, this is really delayed. However, our first kill does come in. If Angelika... Oh, overwhelms, never mind. Good kills immediately. Bomb down, doesn't matter. They're all dead. How that AWP, Miss Laia, how she's able to get 2 kills there is beyond me. But it works. And now we're seeing the calmness underneath the pressure for Spain. Because that could have got really disorientating. That could have got completely out of hand. That's what Team Poland love to do in rounds like this. And they just get completely shut down.
Yeah, that was great. That second shot into Angelika. VQ also gets a little greedy. She really wanted to pick up that AWP. So she walks into the temple to try and grab it, and obviously there's nowhere to go in there. So as soon as the player peeks from CT, she was doomed. I could just see that happening as soon as I saw her walk into temple. Yeah, great stuff from Spain. That was the half buy from Poland. So AK's back out, but you could see, kind of believe that they were going to pull that one through, just kind of how the round started.
Well time smoke, by the way, here in Jaguar. It felt like Team Poland were looking to push the issue. Instead, they're going to reset and take claim towards Red Room. But this is already being covered. The adjustment here immediately for Freeze is to play passive and hold the cross. So even though Team Poland have got this space and they have sort of penned Team Spain in, the adjustment here for Team Spain is to push B ramp right now. And they are doing exactly that. This is really well done. Mariam surely should catch Angelika off guard.
Oh no, Angelika able to win out that 5 bit. Not quite ready for that second swing. VQ, oh, that's a good little spam. And they know another player's here. Lena gets the headshot angle. The idea was sound. But the response from Poland is perfection. And Miss Laia, who's been starting A more often than not, cannot get involved in this round. Might even get hunted down by Hanka, who will win that out. So, starts well for Spain, but maybe just stuck around too long, or, I don't know, just couldn't get out of that position.
They just didn't win the fights. The fact that Angelika is able to adjust and get the first kill, and then here there's just too many players. The right idea was in from Spain, not once but twice. Firstly, to take that ramp control, and then as soon as they get the kill on Angelika, they both wanted to disengage, but because of the positioning of their players, they couldn't move out the way in time. It felt a little stop-start. The ideas are there, the execution was just slightly off, and now Viku's got the AWP in middle, and she deals with Freeze instantaneously.
I gets out of that one early. Off that kill, they're just going to accelerate into the A-bomb site. One smoke actually missed. It's definitely meant to land in Donut. You get, caught on the lip. It's all good. What is it? TTs have surrounded the bomb site. 2 in Donut. A re-smoke will keep them at bay. A nice little double layering in Temple. Get past VQ's scope. Yeah, you can. There's that swing. Mariam takes both. Another big multi-kill from Mariam. And now the post-line positioning from Poland does not feel good. That flashbang almost does the trick. But it's on to Angelika. Talked about her needing to step up, but she can't get past them. Too many players. And it's Spain with another one of these retakes.
Yeah, that's impressive. And that just comes at the hands of individuals. That is Mariam just wide swinging Viku. Viku missing the shot. Gets punished. That trade should have been there, though. There definitely should have been a trade. Letty should have hit this shot. Mariam was full moving as Letty swings that corner. And from there, you can have that flashbang layer in to guarantee that retake being locked in. That one's not as clean. That is just an individual bailing out Team Spain. The Team Poland, they can just keep shooting themselves in the foot. I mean, this economy is terrible, but they know that A is the weakness, and they're in again.
And they know that Spain's economy is also not great. I mean, second last round, so they've kept money for the next. And Shadow spotted. That smoke is not going to slow down ID at all, but she cannot spray onto Hanker in that position. The flash was a little awkward for everyone. And now that smoke is very useful, and you've given her an AK and another smoke, so she can just lock off Temple. And I think you kind of step back if you're not given something in the next couple of seconds, and That's a good call from Spain. They don't overextend. They are going to live with these weapons.
The thing is, though, Team Poland know that by doing this 2 rounds in a row, by actually taking middle in the round previous as well, so that's 3 out of the last 4 rounds in which you've really set the precedent that you're going to go A. This means that Team Spain are going to have to adjust. And they're going to have to do that by taking middle or leaving a player in donut, leaving a player delegated towards A main, which means that you can now go back to this lane control, especially in the last round of play in this half. Team Spain will adjust. Team Poland will know this. I think you're going to see Team Poland go back to take the space on a more default-centric round, and Team Spain will be looking more towards A.
Kind of surprised the score is so close. This really felt like Spain were winning more than they were losing. Oh, Mariam. That's crazy. She gets one there. There's just so many players on the other side as she jumps through. ID has slipped down close. That's going to be spotted. Can't really go past. Oh, she can. She can just wide swing the MP9. They're not really the weapon for the job. Needs the double dink. Just the one. Freeze is in trouble in middle. There's going to be a swing at any point. Yeah, that timing, terrible for her. Or fires off. You're surely just going to go on to B.
Yeah, but this is genuinely, this is exactly what I said would happen, and it did. The only difference is that Team Spain actually wanted to take the fight in towards Shelf at 2 different points. Firstly, with the wide swing from ID. Secondly, with Mariam just pushed at the smoke. It was a little bit dangerous. The reason why it's so dangerous is because 2 players over at A did start over at Donut. So they were holding mid, but it was a lot more passive, which means you haven't got the shelf support, which means you haven't got the trades. Hanker's in mid. Miss Liars walked through A main with the AWP, but ultimately, Team Poland are in such a good spot now to plant the bomb. This round should be theirs.
Yeah. That's Mummy. Mummy. That's why I said her name. That caught me off guard. Lena's going to lock off this position.
Yeah, Mammy's gone to join Liar. Miss Mammy.
Miss Mammy.
They have to go for this.
Yep. You'd love a smoke right now. Surely not going to be possible.
No, it's done.
It's done. That plant position, absolutely no way to get that defuse off. So all tied up at the half.
Yeah, good recovery. Really, really good conditioning being set by Team Poland. They literally manipulated Spain into doing exactly what they wanted to do. And you're able to close things out. But with that being said, a very solid CT half from Team Spain, especially when I value Team Poland's T side a lot more than their defense. It sets us up for a really interesting game, because if that CT side was as comprehensive as their T side's going to be, Team Spain are going to be posing some very interesting questions now to Team Poland.
So Poland stack B. And they're going to fake it with 3 players and then have 2 go A. Oh, well, maybe it's not a fake if you just run in and kill everyone. Mariam gets hurt. A triple kill. I guess now the other part still works, but this went a lot better than anticipated.
All right, Mariam's kind of a beast. I think the thing is, we saw when she was on Big, I think she was on Big Keeper Season 2. And we saw shades of it. Her pistol play was always very good, I do remember that. But it was about the consistency. And if she's leveling up, if she's raising this floor, now with Team Spain, I'm interested. If I imagine Team Spain as well, since they're playing as a 5, will also try and go through the impact open quals. And with the performance that they're showing right here, right now, I expect them to qualify.
Yeah, honestly, they're playing great. That'd be so cool. ID Redemption arc.
She was good when she stood in for Shimmer.
This is fun, isn't it? Oh. He's not going to do anything. They're going to peek. Surely. That's the bomb.
That's the bomb.
The USPs go forward. They get another. And they can try and overwhelm. Freeze is feeling the pressure. Oh, no. After all the praises was just sung of Spain, they might just get ecoed by this USP stack. Mariam has been phenomenal. 1v3, though, for her. And I guess the one thing she has is the advantage of them not knowing where she is. She's walked all the way around the back line. So she might be able to get herself the bomb. You imagine with this setup, Poland will have her pincered no matter which way she goes. Oh. HE. Bomb picked up. Good damage on the VQ, but this player in A main's going to be a problem. Oh, no, she spots her first. Oh, the smoke actually does not help her out at all. Jumping up and down, just trying to waste time. And just the wide swing from Hanka. Poland, pull that one out the hat.
Oh, dear. That's a fun stack, because you are playing ahead of the molly. And the way that you jiggle that, you saw Team Spain, the way that you jiggle that anyway to throw it, it just means you're not ready for it. And then suddenly, you've got 4 USPs just running them down. Hanka wins out an outrageous gunfight, playing a headshot angle. Yeah, I don't really know what to say about that one, apart from unlucky GG go next. The pistols at IESF have been brutal.
Yeah. In a best of one, it just hurts so much more. Poland get a free buy where they pick up all these weapons. They don't have to invest much. And then Spain, you're forcing, and you've got Tech 9. So complete reversal of fates. Other games very close as well, Brandon. 5-6 currently to Portugal.
Who are they playing?
France.
Okay.
You're on 12 kills, top of the board.
Are they playing Ancient?
No, Mirage.
Wow.
Fast up.
Oh.
Flashbang's great. Oh, Mariam,
no.
how does she do this every single time? Her pistol's something else. So maybe right back the other way. Viku trying to scale ahead of this util, trying to scale ahead on the reload. Can't get it. It's Mariam's third in the round, and she might not be done yet. 4 for Mariam. Can she make it the ace? No. Denied by Hanka, who has a kit and Molly. There's a way she can put this together, but she has no idea where any of these T's are currently posted up, and they are just playing discipline. All tucked. Move forward, and the swing in unison. Spain, one straight back at you.
Yeah, there's Mariam again. Just rush B. She'll get the entries with the pistols. That's all you need, apparently. If I'm Team Spain, I'd just let her do it again. Just let's go B. Mariam, go first. Go kill. Up to 18 frags now for Mariam. And that's so unlucky. It felt like the ace would have been hers. But not to be. Oh, good space. Hanka, though, lines them up. Oh, my goodness me. How on earth has she done that? She's run through the incendiary. Miss Laya's got one back. And, okay. Hanka's burnt alive. A 3-on-3 with space maybe on A. This one's not done.
That... I can't believe she spams on there. That's an overstay. They did not need to hang out actively after getting both those kills. Just leave. Standing in a smoke, asking for trouble. Letty's Deagle giving something back. And VQ off the flash. Can't get the second. I think she might have even run out of bullets there. So 1v2. Angelica. Again. Not her standard performance. Clutch might be hers. Depends on the timing. Depends on the shot. And she hits it. So Angelica. A very impactful frag. That one. Ooh. Feels like it should have been Poland's from the outset, and then starts to slip.
Hanka's doing everything. absolutely everything to keep her team in this. Even running through the incendiary, she's on like 10 HP. She gets 2 kills there. Madness. Absolute madness. And now we're on a low buy. Apparently that's a Team Spain specialty. I don't know which way this one goes now. That's good mid control, but that's a lot of flashes being invested into it. So much so that you have 1 flash, 1 smoke for the rest of the round.
Yeah, the donut smoke. You got to get something out of this. So the value is Freeze is going to walk into Red Room, but that's currently being covered by Lena. If you're Spain, I think you just park this. Oh, you've drawn a second player. Okay, Mami getting that kill is massive though. Because now you feel Poland are going to start the sweat, but you're not going to be expecting 2 players on the A side while Lena's in here. Can't convert that spray, but you've killed her. You feel that A is free, but it's not. It's going to cost you to enter into this bomb site. Letty makes it so, and there's still another player. Hanka was here the whole darn time. And she just bails, runs away. Goes towards that bomb, playing big box, where she has lots of angles to work with. Mami, not going to happen this time. Hanka closes that one out.
Yeah, that was just the setup prevailing. And that was Poland realizing that they've given up mid. So here's how we adjust for it. You've got a player in towards Donut. We've got players that are scaled and take space in towards B. And from there, you can just readjust. Good work as well by Angelka to re-push the issue over at B to the point where you force Team Spain to go in towards A because you're feeling comfortable. And you're right that the third unknown element of Hanka just lying in wait. It's B again though. It's pistols. Mariam's got a Tech 9.
Okay. We know what the Mariam Tech 9's all about. Smoke deployed. They're ahead of it. Flashbang's so good. But this time the rifles are all there hitting their shots. Gotta know what flash that is, because it is blinding everybody. There's just simply too many bodies to get past for Spain.
ID, you gotta change your thing. We're not in go anymore.
True. RIP to a real one with ID and CSGO.
Controversial statement. I think the game's over now.
Cool, that's controversial. I think this round defines it. Poland do feel a little bit more.
Ever since sort of like round 9, they've been in complete control of the game when it comes to gun rounds. Even here, this is bold as hell. The fact that VQ's doing that. But 3 players in mid again. Mariam. Punished. Just. That is wild, but Hanky gets 2 kills. Mami also gets 2. So suddenly it's a 2-on-2. And Angelka, oh, I was going to say makes the mistake, but no. Snaps back around in the nick of time. Gets the spray onto Mami. Team Poland hit 11.
She is. That's the Angelka that we expect to see. She walks into an angle, the worst possible one, where she's only kind of half looking if someone is there, and she still wins it out. And then the long-range spray, that's that rifle prowess we expect. And Hanka, of course, opening this up with a double. Expect no less from her currently. VQ, that almost, that was scary for her. But she gets her kill. That's enough.
She got it. That's the most important thing. Here's the issue, and here's why I was like, I think it's over. It is because Team Spain haven't been able to get onto a site and plant the bomb. So now they're going to be stuck in this loop of here comes the Tech 9s, here comes the gun round, here comes the Tech 9s. Team Poland have been very good at the gun rounds. They should have no trouble dispatching the Tech 9s. Bish, bash, bosh, only need 2 more rounds.
Gonna give A a go. Got a double layering. VQ present. No AWP though. With Letty tucked. Oh, sorry, Letty on the boost. VQ tucked. It's a nice setup on A. Deal with these pistols. Again, utility's been great. Flashbang actually does miss the mark. So Letty from up on high. Get a nice clean double before that flash will eventually force her out. But follow-up kills are clean. It was going to be this late flank from Mariam, but now it's the only part left. So, looking like 12 for Poland. This is a decision from Spain to play for OT.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, really small micro thing there that actually sells that whole idea is that VQ, she was tucked initially. It was going to be the Letty sort of peak, take contacts, and then VQ would swing. Instead, VQ is very loud about her moving away from the big box. She even throws a smoke as she runs away. Anyway, that audio is all heard. So Team Spain are running out there, never clearing the boost. So Letty's just got like free range. She gets like 2 kills, and then suddenly the round's over.
That is neat. Deep smoke from Poland. Going fast to cave. It's going to be a brawl there in middle as well. Fights going in every direction. Adelka gets one before she's burnt out. And Lena punished on the push. DQ trying to get one back. Pretty nifty actually behind the flames. She's going to spam from cave. She's stuck in there. So the good decision from Spain is to take further control. Miss Laya. Lights out double from her. Has found all this space on B. The ramp kill and now over towards long. She can take this. The bomb needs to get over. That's the issue. And Hanka swings. Hanka can't do it. ID doubles up. And Spain stay in it.
That was close. That was really close. You can see that all falling apart if Hanka drops that bomb. But no. Instead, they hold on. And this is nice from Team Spain because they get the control and then they wait for the mistakes to be made over at Shelf, over at Cave, and then the space being taken on the B-bomb side. Miss Laya swinging as soon as Letty starts throwing that grenade to punish her immediately. Good result from them, and now it's straight back to A. But this is fast. This is going to be heard. Letty knows she needs to back out.
Smoke lands. Letty falls. Hanka's still going to sit back. There isn't going to be this leg. You can see VQ is holding for it with the AWP, so she's going to have to reroute. Angelica flash forward, looking for this kill. Mariam falls. There's Miss Laya. Oh, she's found a double. Tucks down low, keeps her head out of sight, and she's found 3 in this round, and that's going to be it. Hanka and VQ just going to walk away. Explosive from Spain.
Yeah, nice round. Just a deviation from the default. Fast hit in towards A. And what's interesting here is that Poland have been running sort of like this double A setup that's been quite involved a lot of rounds, but only on low buys. Whilst they do have 2 players normally kind of occupying the A space, it's normally Hanka that's deep in towards Donut, and it's Letty just patrolling everywhere else. So Letty gets put on high alert. Hanka wants to come in to help, but it's the flashbangs just out of A main that aid Portugal massively. See, Letty can't see a thing, and then with that smoke landing in the mouth of Donut, Hanka feels like she can't do anything. She has to wait for support, which gives the time for Spain to just reset and just delete everyone on the site. Once they get into that after plant, it's so strong.
This could go the full 24 rounds.
Yeah, it could.
It most likely will, actually, when you look at what Poland are working with. VQ's ult fires off. It's going to be very fast. Knows that between her and Hanka, they're the ones that have to make the difference in this round. Smoke good. They're going to burst through it. Yeah, they go straight through. Angelica, you feel that close to the MP9. Actually going to be pretty decent. But again, the flashbang's good. Hanka can't even shoot. Lena gets one with her deagle, but you're saving this AWP. Surely you need it in that final round. So it will be that full 24.
That's impressive from Spain. They're just varying the amount of times when they want to go onto this site. They're varying their executes, and the supportive utility to accommodate what they want to do has really been impressive to me. Because here, they want to pop through a smoke, so they're throwing the shallow flashbangs. It's not like they are throwing the same amount of utility depending on what they want to do. They are alternating it, and it is catching Team Poland off. And here is a massive kill, because now Viku can't hold on to the AWP. And if you take a look down the line, I don't think there's any investment for her to bring it out. So it has to be just sole rifles here from Team Poland.
Beautiful stuff. I am 26 kills off those hunts. Actually, it's overtaken Hanko with that performance. Overtime, question mark? Quite a possibility with how Spain are looking in these last few rounds.
Here's the adjustment, by the way. Hank has now gone over towards B and swapped with Viku. So Viku's now the donut player. Hank has come over towards B. And with no control really being felt anywhere, with the delay of utility, take a look at, on the right-hand side of your screen, at how much utility Spain has still got in their pockets. No pressure, nothing felt. That means that Team Poland don't need to use their utility. So they can just completely prevent Team Spain from walking up anywhere. And given the position of Team Spain, this is going to end B. Which means that Hank is in the right spot.
Here, another smoke dropped. With the time, this is actually going to be a big issue for them.
They're preying on this utility working, Team Spain.
Lena's got a smoke too. That they have 2 smokes that they can drop as soon as Spain get ready to execute. In fact, even maybe before it.
Yeah.
They'll be able to block off both drop points.
They didn't throw anything, Spain. They've just been sat here passive, which is why they've still got all this util.
There's that smoke. So you're going to be executing like, what, 10 seconds? 15 seconds? Or are you just going to burst through it? Flashbang over, they're going to burst through it. Bold, Mariam, yeah, kind of disjointed by herself. But Miss Laya spans on back, Viku gets hers. We've still got a play sitting in the smoke, but it doesn't even matter. Lena gets them all. And that's going to be Poland taking the match. Spain, a fantastic run, but just at the tail end, trip over and can't get it through.
Yeah, that is unfortunate, but that is an inexperience of Team Spain right there. Because you, if you want to go for a play like that, you don't need every single piece of your utility. You need to be conditioned. You need to add pressure. You need to do what you have been doing in the previous rounds. You don't need to commit off the back of it. But even just layering this utility, you're achieving 2 things. Number 1 is you're probably getting counter utility out from Team Poland. Number 2, you're making sure the rotations are static and they aren't over investing anywhere else. By moving Hanka over there for Team Poland, it was really impressive to see. So Team Poland, they'll progress forward. They're going to have a better seeding than Team Spain. Obviously, look, none of these games are for qualification purposes. All of these teams have qualified, and we got 2 more best of ones, Lucy, as well.
Yes, next one, just so you know, is going to be I think the winner of that game versus either France or Portugal. That game is currently 11-9, so France have come back against Portugal and now looking like they're going to close it. So we'll see. That's going to be a game coming up next. We'll have to wait for that game to finish before we can jump into it. So a little break. When we come back, our second best of one. come back to stream Spain because we've got more action from the Spanish coming up. Our second best of one of the day, Brandon. It's Spain again. What are you laughing at? Spain?
I don't think the Ola picked up.
Oh.
So I think you went, welcome back.
Oh no. Well, anyway, whatever. Hola. Spain versus France, our second best one. I'm actually surprised that France is here because it looked like Portugal was going to win that. I think they were up like 9-5. I think Portugal were, and they ended up
Yeah.
losing 13-9.
Yeah, I don't really know what happened there, to be honest, because I wasn't watching it. I was watching
No.
Spain, Poland. So are you. So not sure, but what I do know is that Team France have now got another chance to kind of battle for a higher seed. And then I believe the way it works is the winner of this game will then go and play Team Poland again.
Yes.
And then that will kind of filter down like how our seeding's looking. So Team France versus Team Spain is an interesting one to me because I think we're going to get ancient again. To be honest, just to kind of put that out there. Spain looked really good on ancient, and I think France looked pretty good on ancient, but I think Spain looked better from what I've seen so far. So I could imagine that. Yes.
Yeah, I think my counterpoint to this is that Ancient was the one map that Spain did lose to France. So they won Anubis very convincingly, 13-6, and they won Nuke, which is a decider, 13-9. So if anything, if I'm Spain, I don't let Ancient through. I put that as one of my bans so that you can force it to a different map. But I guess it's going to depend what France approach the veto with. I guess we'll see. But I also just don't want it to be Ancient again. But I don't think.
Counterpoint.
Okay, counter my counterpoint.
Spain looked very good against Team Poland just then, to the point where they go, well, it was so good. Why don't we just do it again? Anyway, Team France lineup. I'd rather look at that rather than speculating about the veto because it will throw up on our screen at some point and then we'll know. We saw these girls yesterday: Julie, Kaede, Rachel, Astra, Emerald. I was impressed with Emerald yesterday as well. I feel like Emerald. You mentioned her as being like the player, wrong place, wrong time. I'd kind of like to pick your brains about that a little bit more, but pretty much she was coming up good with some important multi kills, to be honest. And I enjoyed what I saw out of her. I thought Julie had a solid game, but Kaede was the one catching all my attention, to be completely honest. I thought Kaede was unbelievable in that game.
Yeah, and Julie's been so consistent. I think is really cool as well. I've mentioned that a lot, but Emerald had a lot of massive multi-kill moments that were really impactful just when she was pulling those out. And she plays a lot of those anchor positions, right, where she's not always able to get that impact, but when it's needed, she steps up. And right place, wrong time. I mean, the only time that she's kind of been in a consistent roster was that Flame Shield Maidens team, which fell apart with the organization, which is obviously really sad for them. And then we've just not seen her in like a consistent 5-stack. And I do think she's a really underrated player. It feels like, in terms of the eye test, she passes it. That's the most cop-out answer I can give, but that's what I believe. Let's talk about Spain. We've seen Spain. We just watch them. You guys have been tuning into the stream. You don't step away, so you know exactly what this team is delivering. And I think the biggest thing now that we've seen them on stream that really stood out to me was obviously Mariam playing at an exceptional level, and Miss Laya. Really, really impressive with her performance throughout that map. I think she was up there, not that far behind Mariam, and was really, really a good performer. But Mariam was definitely the most impactful in the server.
Yeah, for me, you can't have players like Mammy and Freeze go missing if you want Spain to succeed. It feels like a team that the way this team works is the individuals are part of a collective and everyone needs to perform well in order for this team to do well. We saw it with Mariam, as you said. We saw it with Miss Laya. Our ID was popping up with some important multi kills here and there, but you can't ultimately have, especially against Team Poland, 3v5. If we saw Mammy getting a few more multi kills, if we saw Freeze being a little bit more present on the server, they would have won that game. That's how it went down to, because tactically it worked up until that last round. I'm going to exclude that one. Tactically, the game plan was pretty sound out of Team Spain. It's just the individuals were not performing to the same level that they would have expected.
Yeah, I think also, I mean, when you consider that Spain won both the pistol rounds, I think that game was not as close as maybe it looks when you kind of look at it macro. But anyway, let's look at that veto, Brandon, because this is where Hopes and dreams.
Told you.
I'm leaving. Goodbye. You can cast this solo. Dude, why?
I told you. Because Team France are more than happy playing this. As you said, they've already beaten Spain on it before. Team Spain will be feeling emboldened by the
It's actually
confidence of Team Poland. Sorry,
really
Team
smart from
Spain.
France here because they
Yeah,
banned the 2
absolutely.
maps that they lost to Spain in the first round. So Spain are like, yeah, we would have loved to have played one of the maps we've already beaten France on, and they can't.
Well, they had 3 bans. They could have removed Ancient, but they didn't. So, if anything, it is more on them. Um, I do believe, look, they did well against Poland. They're going to pick it. They got both pistols, as you said. That'll give them confidence. Team Poland are actually playing a very similar brand of CS that Team France are going to bring out, and the individuals of Team Poland are better than those of Team France. So actually, when I look at it on the face of it and I think about it a bit more, I always thought Ancient was going to be the pick, and I actually really like it for Team Spain, and I think they're going to win the game. There you go. Enjoy.
Yeah, I guess you've also got, something to learn from your loss, against France during the upper bracket
Yeah,
run. So you
put
kind of
put some
know where you
util
went
down.
wrong. Hmm?
Oh, I thought you meant about Poland in that
No,
last
no, no.
round.
Well, that loss as well, but more specifically the one against the team that they're going up against, right? So two losses on Ancient. You still went there, Spain. Mhm. Anyway, yeah, no, I think your reasoning makes sense. I just would have loved something different because it's been every best of one. But beggars can't be choosers, and we're begging for some CS. We absolutely love it. It's our favorite thing in the world. And I'm interested to see if Spain approach it in a similar way because I really enjoyed those pacey contact plays onto B until it didn't work at the end. I thought it was really explosive, and Mariam was just on fire with those entries. The pathing was spot on.
The only reason it didn't work is because they didn't condition anything anywhere else. If
Mhm.
they had just thrown a little bit more utility at the start of the round, in sort of like I guess you could call it like the planning phase of the execute, where you're kind of
Oh, it
setting it
sounds like Valorant.
right. But it's not quite Valorant because it's actually a good game. What I'm saying though is that you're setting yourself up to go onto the bomb site in the first place. You're doing that you were doing that in one way if you're Spain because you were just playing passive and you were waiting for mistakes to be made. You were allowing Team Poland all the control. You were hoping that they'd just slide back into a default or that they'd push you and you'd get the player advantage. The issue is you need to layer that with utility. If they layered it with mid utility, that would have, I genuinely believe that last round would have worked at least 5 times better than it did because Team Poland had all their utility.
Doing kind of a first hit on B, right? We often see that where you fake out and execute and you don't go off the back of it, but enough just to bait out that response utility, right? And just something, rather than just sitting there and hoping that it's going to work out because they just didn't, they were playing in the dark as well, right? They didn't spot anything in mid and they just decided, all right, we're just going to go, and it doesn't work out that time. So still a very close game, right? It comes down to that final round. Even though obviously both pistols, that was the big thing. I like the pistol approach from Spain. In fact, I like their retakes a lot as well. That was kind of the key thing on that CT side. Most of their success was in the retakes because Poland were getting in there, they were getting the bomb down, but Spain were very methodical, and the way they played off each other and used their utility was fantastic in those retakes.
Yeah, and the thing is, the difference between Team Poland and Team France is that Team France are going to be very individual based. They're obviously not a team that play together as a five. You've got bits and pieces in there that do play together, but ultimately, they're going to be very much egocentric. And I don't mean that as a negative. I just mean Team France have got egos and they're going to swing you. They're going to have the confidence to try and fight you. But the benefit of for that if you're Spain is that you're fighting each one of these players individually. And Team Spain were very good at the retakes, are very good at grouping up and just playing together. And you're right, of course, it is that BO3 sort of that rematch that they had in the first instance, and Team Spain were able to win 2 maps off them. So sure, if this is the only one that you lost and it's ancient, you would have learnt a lot from it, and exactly how Team France are going to play.
And the other thing just worth reiterating is that both these teams are on boot camp. So that's really cool because, in all these matchups, we've only been covering one of the boot camp teams because we didn't cast the Spain-France game on broadcast. So, yeah, it's cool to have both these teams in the same environment because, again, I felt like that definitely helped Spain in that case, and has certainly been a big benefit to France on their run here. So, yeah, that's just a cool little extra factor of this matchup.
Yeah. It's seeding, so
I know.
um,
Just we're waiting for the game to start. We're just rambling. It's one player's not connected yet. They're getting in there.
are you in alignment with me? Because I'm Team Spain. Are you Team Spain or are you Team France?
Team France. I think that their resilience is just a little bit better, and we saw Spain kind of at the end of that run. They did peter out a bit, right? And same with Portugal. That was, I mean, obviously we didn't watch that game, but I can only assume if you're in a 9-5 position, you lose that without getting another round, and that's you kind of choking it, right? And France is a team that I think will exploit chokers, and a team that are going to be able to overcome those obstacles. And so, for that reason, I think that they get the edge in my books.
I'll throw it another way. I'd actually rather Team France go in the lead and Team Spain go for a comeback effort rather than Team Spain being in the lead and then having to kind of fight off the comeback. I actually think they are worse posed. I agree with you. If Team France are in a position where they look to come back, they probably will. Isn't that a weird thing to say?
Yeah, you've got a lot of weird things to say. France on the T side, very fast, straight through red. Freeze drops the smoke and actually gets a kill, but she can't see them cross. But Mami's going to have a really nice line. Astra walks up. Beautiful timing on that flank. You're not expecting her at any point there. You do have that kid in play, and Slayer gets spotted. Astra peeks into her, bomb down.
This is tough because Freeze is now going to come over middle. No, okay, resets. Indecision here between her and ID about where on earth they should go. They need to get moving. They have got the kit. Here's 5 seconds, but Miss Lila's lost her life. And suddenly this becomes a lot more difficult. Team France will play this one safely. They don't need to peek. They don't need to overextend. And they do exactly that. Really well handled by Team France. And that is vintage, just sort of what to expect from this team. Because you could see that Freeze put down the smoke and Team France didn't care. They disrespected it. They went B anyway. They did not let the utility sort of dilute their plans.
Yeah, that's a great round from Rachel. 4K and just pace. See, the way Poland played, it was very different. It was that direct approach onto B, and Spain were given the room to set up in the post plant. You know, it was a very tepid approach on the retake, but different from France, who don't slow down, and Rachel will not either. 6-0, looking to get as many kills as possible. They do overwhelm this AK. Still cool. Emerald's been called over to clean up with the MAC-10.
All right. Pretty straightforward. Anti-eco, send the MAC-10s in, make some money. Bish, bash, bosh. You 2-0 up. Not really looking at that round as any sort of world shaker. It's this one that I'm more interested in. And the decision here for Team Spain to actually invest a little bit lighter on weaponry so they can get all their utility is a bit of an interesting one, because actually the arsenals of both of these teams are pretty similar now, with SMGs pouring in alongside rifles.
Rachel's got a lot of space. She's being very annoying. France are just going into A. Now, Heidi is behind. MP9, not the weapon you want here. The flame. She drops the smoke. She's alive. This player in Donut can support her. There's no smoke there at the moment. Katie's just trying to spam her down. Heidi is lucky to be alive. And they're not committing. France are playing in the chaos. They wait for the rotate and they catch that. They can go back to B because all of Spain have responded.
That is ridiculous. And they're going back to A. They're going back to A again. They don't even know where they want to go. And if they don't know where they want to go, how on earth does Spain know where they're going to end up? The bomb is committing B on its own now. And I don't think it's going to matter. Mariam finds one, but stuck behind the box, nowhere to go, being surrounded by Galils. This is all buying time for Julie just to plant the bomb. What a weird round of CS. And Team Spain is still convinced for at least a moment that it is still this A bomb site. But with that kill with Freeze being found, they could still win this retake.
They actually could. They got the kit, a smoke, and Astra is so far removed. A tap on it, not sticking. Julie able to walk through, and they get both. But you can see how that one could have fallen apart. The smoke not quite on the bomb. That's the big issue there. And if it had been, they'd stuck it. I think Spain could have won that.
Yeah,
what
that
a
was
wacky round.
Yeah, that's one word for it. I've got some harsher ones, to be completely honest. But at the end of the day, they get the round one, and that's the most important thing. However, that is ridiculous on all counts. You are on A, you have the site. I understand if you want to leave and vacate it to go B. And then if you feel like you got the space, you want to go back A, sure. But the wildest thing in that is to actually let Julie just go completely by herself to B. That makes 0 sense. Maybe shooting themselves in the foot, but they don't.
The taps? Oh, that was almost fine. Rachel's just sitting there to be given the util and cops a HE in the face.
They got a lot of nades here, Spain.
Yeah, but I mean, look in middle. You feel that France are going to lock this off and just leave. Sasha can just hold CT spawn. They'll sort to clear A, but yeah, we can see no one's there.
I think you might be right about this Team France, you know? Because it's going to be... If they're going to just play with this pace, they're going to play with this just... I guess, chaotic energy. I don't think Team Spain are going to have an answer for this, because it is one of those games where you're like, I don't know what they're doing, but it's working. It really does feel like that if you're on the defense.
Well, saving armor doesn't hurt. Not giving France any extra kills. And Poland have not played so far at this event. That could be an exciting outcome of this match. Not get too far ahead of ourselves. Choose to the AWP now. Out for Spain. Uncontested, of course.
Yeah, that's an interesting point as well. Oh, okay. Well, there's the AWP on the floor. I was going to say, this is an interesting point. The fact that yesterday, what we saw really out of France is KDA not AWPing all that much. They were just all rifling when they've got 2 AWPers on the team. Big push now from Spain. There's the thirst. ID will grab KDA. But Julie's already in Donut. And this push, there has to be a disengage here for Team France. They have to make sure they don't get stuck in, and they're not. They're just fighting their way out. Mammy will find 2 kills, but with Julie's space, I don't think Team Spain are aware that they dropped the bomb.
Yeah, Emerald's going to pick that up, and you imagine walks all the way back. Julie is going to be ahead of this. She's just continued on her crawl. Oh, this is going to be all down to the timing. Oh, the timing could not be better.
They go
you know where the final player is. You go B.
Yeah. I think they were angling to go B anyway. I think Julie wanted to kind of walk through and like join up with Emerald. But Molly down, bomb planted, a one-on-one here. There is a kit for Mammy, but the issue you've got is that you have no idea where Emerald's gotten off to.
Secondary to be a smoke. At least in time, so maybe draw Emerald out. Emerald not even going to rise to the occasion, but she will this time, and wins that out. Actually, could have got a little scary for a moment. Mammy Wine swings it. France don't falter. I think the crazy thing about that from Spain, from my perspective, was the 3 players pushing ramp. Like, what a crazy maneuver. Having that many players aggro, it's like you got to put the whole pack together.
I don't hate it in the slightest. I actually think it's the right idea, but they just don't swing together. That's the thing that's wrong with that play, is that there isn't a 3-2-1, everyone goes together. It was 1 by 1 by 1, which is why Astra's able to get those 2 kills and France were able to stay alive in that situation.
Mariam, there we go. Double push into cave, gets 2. Smoke lands on short, and it lands in the molly, so it actually extinguishes a bit narrow, but that's going to block off cave. At the back of it, France are just going to creep forward. A double up in A main as push, so Spain have information, at least to where France aren't, but Astra could catch them. This is funky, but I love the way France are playing this. Now, Astra should not expect a second player. Freeze will get this one for free. And Emerald and K, they have to work out how they work this out, obviously.
Oh, hang on. Kaede spotted this Liar. And I think that is actually going to offset them to go in towards here. Look at Kaede through the edge of the smoke and finding Mami. Suddenly it is a 2-on-3. This one is doable.
He's so low. Don't love her chances, but Emerald maneuvers to long. This is planted for her in this position. Kade's managed to get out of there, not punished. So now they can double up, and Kade can take first contact. God, might even just win it straight up. Emerald's crept close and will finish that job. Smoke forward. Kade falls, and Emerald run down. Mariam, a massive round from her. And Freeze, impactful double.
Yeah, and needed as well, because that was scary. That was potentially a 2-on-4 falling back in favor of France. The fact that they scaled, they were in long for so long over at B. They were hoping for a rotate. They were hoping that Team Spain would either just walk into them back turns, not aware of the possibility, or there was always an option to walk through CT and go A. And I think that was the original intent, but when Kaede and Miss Liar actually saw each other, that completely changes the narrative, and that pushes Team France to have to commit in towards B.
It doesn't go fast. Surely finds a little bit of respite between the flames. She's going to go quickly there. They were not expecting her that close. Beautiful opening kill. Still 3 bodies on B. Bomb needs to get over. A little worried about ledge. So they just pause, and France love to pause on the site to see if Spain will walk into their crosshairs. Julie catches another.
That was, I thought, going to be the important kill, but it turns out Team France got every kill. But by Julie getting that kill out long, it creates space for Team France to push beyond the bomb site. It means they don't get trapped in. But then suddenly there's a lurk. There's another kill that just comes in immediately. And the point just becomes redundant. Freeze trying to hold on and save. This gun would be everything. However, now she's been spotted by Astra. I don't think it's happening anymore. Julie locks it in. France up to 6 rounds, looking lightning strong. That's not even an adjective. They're looking very good.
Lightning strong.
Lightning strong.
Lightning is strong.
What on earth is that?
Sometimes the brain just don't do good. That's what I find often sometimes.
Very good.
Well, our spaghetti-o. Trying to get something I could rhyme that was Spanish and didn't come quick enough. That's that brain faltering once more. There are O's on the side of France. I think Julie should go back to being Julite.
Was that what she was before?
Yeah, before she was.
That's like Emily, though.
Yeah, but I mean, they're both OGs, so.
True.
Back when being elite was cool.
Yeah, I don't know.
Not
She's
sure
got
you were born.
She's got probably. She's got One Piece reference now though, so I kind of like
Yeah,
that.
but like, it's a bit mainstream now as an animated show in my books, I think. Anyway.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize you were the gatekeeper for IGNs.
I'm not gatekeeping. I'm just saying, like, Julie is a bit cooler in my opinion. It's more like OG. This guy's got undetected. Oh, couldn't get that AK out in time. If she had a better pistol, she could have got a double.
Was that a quick switch?
I think she just switched to it on purpose.
I hope so. I hope that wasn't weapon pickup.
No, it wouldn't be.
You never know.
Oh.
Nice find. However, that's all it will be. Just a nice little find. France are going to ascend to 7-1. And all I'm learning about Team France is don't play them on Ancient. Team Denmark learnt that the hard way. Team Spain are suffering the same fate.
I told ya. Shouldn't have gone Ancient.
Well, every game goes to Ancient in the end, really. We had a fun Ancient game yesterday.
How did we won that?
Yeah.
That wasn't the one where I got the cool pistol. Okay, was it? That was a different one.
No, that was probably a game we lost.
Yeah, I think we did. Yeah, we did win yesterday. Look at us go.
Fight for mid. Oh, that was short-lived.
Well, they're all sticking around. Slayer loves taking this line, actually. Not the first time we've seen her fighting middle with the AWP. Rather than, say, the A or B lean, and she's rewarded. Catches Julie. You know, France is going to respond quickly. ID's playing such a passive line, but it's perfect. Kade caught and tapping away. ID gets a second. That is clean.
Just don't let this fall apart, France. No, Spain. Oh my god. Don't let this fall apart, Spain. 2-on-5. Bomb not yet planted. There is a flank on as well. Mami's going through Donut, and Team France have pushed CT. If they overwhelm the AWP and get this kill, then suddenly they can go towards B. This is now really weird.
Okay, Rachel won. Mariam's going to end it. Surely. At least one. Rachel, yeah, caught out. There's just players everywhere. They got a bit lost in that.
Yeah. It was such a good idea, overwhelming the AWP, and then they hung around. They were even aware that there could be a player temple. I didn't hate the fact that they stood there for a little bit, and then they were like, let's go A again. And that completely ruins the round. Too many ideas all at once.
A second. Kato does bring the AWP out. She has opted for it on this T side. Didn't go for any aggressive peeks though. Should be late. Oh, okay. That was just an instinctual response. But obviously, unnecessary use of the smoke. Ash was like, what's that about?
Mariam's now isolated here in cave. And also mollied out. Rachel's going to swing off the back of it, but Mariam still passes the test. Emerald will trade immediately. And again, look at this posturing in towards mid. Astra trying to find this lurk, and actually her distraction means that KD finds ID.
Yeah, and the AWP is separated. So it's just Mami on the site. Freeze is pushing.
Yeah, but I think they're going A.
Oh, yeah. That does look to be the case. I mean, Spain need to learn about this very quickly. but it might not be quick enough to matter. And Miss Laia has a really nice position, but a kind of rough one with the AWP. Oh! Damn. I feel like if she's been a little bit more patient, I guess she needed to get the kill so she could get ahead of the rotate.
I'm gonna argue with you. That position with the AWP is not good.
Yeah, I know.
She has literally put herself in an angle where she can't help her team at all, and then relies on her hitting a quick scope. So no, I'm turning to Simon Cowell because I'm from the UK, but that was not it. It's good to see Astra actually finding these kills as well, because she revealed her mid lurk really early, and it didn't come with sort of any net positive results right until the very end. But regardless, that's now a timeout being called for Spain. They haven't really got the money to properly invest into this. It feels rough, and it feels like France are just in complete control.
Katie's up. Gets the open net. I think there's a missed elbow smoke, so that is unfortunate. Would have prevented that AWP angle. Actually, maybe not, because I think it would have still landed the right time. Oh, this half-bite's kind of peached away very quickly.
Yeah, this didn't really do anything, unfortunately. But I was hoping there would just be a kill, but there wasn't. Team France up to 9. Last round of play here in the first half means that Team Spain can only get a third. 3 would be pretty decent. Actually, it wouldn't. It'd be the best of a worst case scenario. It just feels very static. It feels like France is just controlling the tempo. They've been able to get in towards mids just so often.
All right, Pace. Try and end it. Astra opens up with a fast kill, and they are not slowing down. Miss Laia is here with the AWP. She's going to fight forward, misses the shot. Surely she's going to run it over the SMG. Oh, this is messy. And how does Julie get that? Miss Laia does actually get her kill. So Spain able to kind of equalize. Freeze is going to be lurking through cave late. Feels a little uncomfortable in this post plant, but maybe, yeah, they can just find their way to get some space. Emerald gets one as Freeze walks in. This Laia is very lucky to be avoiding the flames. The smoke is painful. And a second one doesn't make that pain any easier. Should be double digits, and Emerald gets another. They're everywhere. 3 from Emerald and 10 from France.
Yeah, and that was a really nice round. Pace change. Just you deviate away from middle, you go straight in towards B there if you're France, and it's a shame because it really did feel like Team Spain were going to get in with that retake. But Emerald, that's the important impact that she's been looking for. Finding that kill in towards cave is everything because it just generates a little bit more room for Team France. They don't have to be so confined in towards the site, and then they can just narrow down options of where Team Spain are going to come in from. I think Julie's even hearing them run through the smoke, which is why Emerald's just there on the spam, on the follow-up. It's a very good response, and suddenly you're only a couple of rounds away from just closing out the series.
All right, different pistol this time from Spain. Not that funky 3-2 split. They're just going as 5. No shenanigans. Just pure hack mentality. And Mariam, as always, opening it up with the pistol. The bomb planted Emerald does have kit and smoke. As that one fades in CT. We'll get angles to fight. There are a lot of T's you have to get past. They're moving 4 out from CT. This is not a nice position to be in. Maybe you can just get the kills and it won't matter. On the bomb, trying to cause a distraction. DP is not happening now, though. Cancelled. And Mami and Mariam remove them all.
Yeah, that's very let her cook, isn't it? Just trying to put a smoke down and then just try and just stick the bomb right in front of your opponent's noses. But it didn't happen. It wasn't to be. Boosted up as well with Team Spain, which does help out a lot. It just means you provide a little bit more Overwatch. Mariam again providing incredible impact in these pistols. That was crucial. That was necessary. But unfortunately, for right now, it's only a step in the right direction because Team France will eco. This should be a freebie for Spain. But then you got to do it the hard way. You're still down 6 rounds.
Not a stack here, just 3 players hanging out. K-Day on fire. Oh, Rachel gets that kill. I think I had a stack here. Actually, I think it could have done a lot of damage because they still managed to get one and get some residue shots off. Everyone's just run in. No, okay. Not gonna get anything from it.
There we go. So this is pretty much what I expected. I think what we all expected, to be honest. Astro, she can get an exit here. It'd be quite nice. She's able to save onto anything, but I don't think Team Spain are going to give her anything. This buy was a little bit future-proof. There's only a couple of SMGs just really thrown in the mix, but aside from this, it's going to be the bonus. Team France know that, so they can just prioritize the weaponry. I know Team France are going to prioritize the weaponry over the utility, and then they're just going to hold W in mid and try and see what they can achieve. This is going to be a very fast start to this second half.
All right, it's next round, the big one. Spain's come back. You said you wanted France to be ahead. So you wanted Spain to have to do the comeback. Well, you've got your wish.
Well, this is a bit of more of a disparity than I would have hoped for, but
you prayed for this.
I guess I did pray on the downfall a little bit for the overall success story. How sweet it would be if Team Spain came back.
Okay, well, let's see. Otherwise, ID will be very upset with you. You also don't want to upset Mummy.
No. God, yeah, I do that enough. Fast play out of Spain, right? Straight into A. Only defender here right now is Emerald. And, oh, that spam is brilliant. But it's not a kill. That is on Mami's head top. A dink, but no kill.
Julian Temple has a good position if they jump up. Oh, she actually moves a little bit too quickly. The flames behind her. She could have maybe tucked in there and had a kill. But look how low 3 of these players are. I mean, I know Emerald is also low. Oh my god, another player reduced to nothing. But they don't know. It's all unconfirmed damage. These 3 players, you can barely put one together off them.
Oh, imagine if Emerald had a kit. She doesn't, so yeah, she's got to disengage as well. What a round. Just a fast change of pace immediately, and no kills being collected is so brutal for Team France. But it's Team Spain and their T-sides. It does look good. How many are going to die to this bomb is the question. 2. That's not too bad at all. However, ID lived, and she's got an MAC 10.
Yeah, that's, you would have loved if she could pick up a rifle. But that's crazy. I wonder if they're asking in chat HP, and they're all like 25, 30, 27. I believe they all got brought so low and no one died. This is interesting. Are they okay? Yeah, they are fully investing into this. I didn't see the M4 on the ground. So 2 players in it with MP9s, but you're still gonna have good money, and you've got the lost bonus. So you got to buy into the next round.
Yeah, the buy's not awful. Unfortunately, we're not straight into the action. We got a technical pause. So, oh no, we're good. We are back. All I had to say was we're in a technical pause, and that exits the technical pause, which feels very nice.
I was wondering where Emerald was going to throw that. It looks like the insta right, but she... Okay, no, she was aiming somewhere else. And I was like, oh, does she have a different one to me? Because some people have different ones on the T side to me. So I'm always curious where people are throwing them.
She had a different lineup there to what I normally throw. But I guess mine misses, so
yeah.
I should probably steal that
That's the easy one, because it's off the little knob.
Yeah.
Thing. Anyway, up to B. Mariam wanting to do what she was doing so much earlier, but the flashbang's being a pain, but still getting the kills. Players low, but got the bodies and the bomb to be planted. Rachel spamming again, scathing shots, but no kill being found. I cannot believe how close these players are coming to dying, but still staying alive. That smoke is actually terrible. That's going to give them something. A HE finally finishes the job under one of these players. Rachel charging out, gets a kill. ID can't get it. Misfire does. And in towards the ramp. How does Kato get that? They found all the kills.
That's just awareness. That's just awareness from Kato, because Team Spain, whenever we've seen them on Ancient, they do have a player that always sits in by the B doors and just waits and lurks. Tries to be the closer, tries to cut off the rotates. And I think Kaede's just aware of that and just preemptively has a little shot over there and a glance. 11-5 now. And that fall by, or I guess force by, paying off for Team France. And suddenly, for Spain, time it is running out.
Yeah, first for France on this CT side, in fact. France actually not being that aggro, but I guess Spain are being quite aggressive out the gate, so they don't really need to. Although I say not being aggro, Julie drops the flash and walks through, but the flash kind of let them know what was happening, but it doesn't matter. Astra gets hurt. Can she get the second? No, that would have been everything. And meanwhile, they did catch a lurk into Donut. Breeze needs to be dealt with, and she is 2-2.
Yeah, but Emerald's really far away from this. However, if Rachel's ahead of the util, that could have been the answer. But no, instead she isn't. Now forced all the way around. It's going to go regroup with Emerald in mid. This is wasting time, but there's a kit. Emerald's just firing off shots. And now there's a double layering in towards Cave. And Emerald's not going to clear this. Oh, what on earth is that from Emerald? Suddenly, Heidi put in a really uncomfy spot. No one's looking at her, but Rachel adjusts in time. I don't know how on earth France have won that retake. But they do.
What the hell is the counter strafe? France don't believe in them. What was that? Emerald just jumps around full 180s to get that kill. I hope we see it from her POV, because that was ridiculous. I think we will. And then this
Come on.
Rachel just charges around. She doesn't even stop moving. Goes right, goes left, hopes the bullets connect, and they all do. Call that the Rachel slide. That hurts for Spain. That's probably the game right there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it, to be honest. Emerald's just found ID through the wall, so it doesn't really get any easier. I don't even know where she is. Where's Emerald?
That was through A main, through like the edge of the wall. I think they double pushed.
The big concrete cobblestone ruins. Yes, you can put bullets through the walls on that. Makes sense, Valve.
Well, with how the bomb radius does so much damage, I don't think these walls are much. They're like, it's like, you know how you get IKEA and you open it up, it's just like cardboard inside. That's what's going on here with the walls on Ancient. Like that, those aren't real rocks at all.
I guess it is old, right?
I guess so. Yeah, old things.
You could call them
crumbly.
Ancient.
I guess the clue is right there, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Anyway, Emerald's now boosted by the tree. Mariam is trying to push red room, but Julie's holding for it. I like that positioning, by the way. Her crosshair is there exactly, so she can actually spot shadows with the light as well. Very, like, kind of cringe, but cool tech. There is Emerald, finding another wallbang kill. That's all she does, apparently, in this round. Another headshot for Emerald, and Julie locking things in. makes it so that France take the BO1 very convincingly as well.
Yeah, I told you Spain, don't go to Ancient. This team's sick on Ancient. They already beat you on Ancient. I just didn't feel like a good choice. But I mean, France made the right decision of banning out the 2 maps that they lost to this team. So at the end of the day, it left Spain with little choice. So they went with something that they have had comfort on. They had a very close game versus Poland, and you expect with Poland being, on better individuals, right? That was what you posted coming into this, that they were better, and if it came so close there, then surely Spain should do better against France. But no, complete opposite, really. This was a 10-2 half. It was over before the sides even switched.
Yeah, this was France starting T side and France just not caring at all. And this is, again, the only way I can describe this is very let her cook. And this is pretty much, you play Ancient, you run at people, you go against the norm, you get in towards Red Room in the first like 20 seconds and you can just do whatever you want. It was a complete mess at times, but it was very just disorientating for Spain, and they could never really find a way back into the game. I mean, that's what's happened there.
I love this game because it then feeds into my Emerald narrative that I started going into this, that I think she's an incredibly underrated and underutilized player. She's the A anchor and she's top of the leaderboard, right? She plays all these really difficult positions and finds so much impact in them time and time again. Very mechanical player, very impressed with her performance. And she was kind of the star of that CT side, whereas it was kind of Astra in a lot of the cases on the T side in terms of space creating. But the whole team, like, just as a unit, looks really solid.
Yeah, it does, and that means that they set themselves up to play Team Poland now for a chance to have the best seed. And I'm telling you, Team Poland, please don't pick Ancient. Just don't pick it. Just don't pick it. Will they pick it? We'll have to find out after the break.
Welcome back. It's time for our last game of the day and our last game, Brandon, of the ISF European qualifiers to see who's going to end up with that top seed. It's the top two teams have made it here. I would say just coming into this event, looking at the teams that were present, these are the teams that I inevitably thought would end up here. So it's good when things follow the script to a degree. And yeah, Poland vs France, going to be good.
Yeah, pretty much. I was just vibing to the music there
Yeah, I
just
could
before we
tell.
came into the break. Yeah, so it's a good tune. You said you got the script. All right, tell me then, how are these two teams? Where does this one really lie? Because of course we've got Team Poland versus Team France, Navi Javelins versus a whole host of players from Leather Cook, FlyQuest Red, and some others thrown in there as well, and Emerald and Julie.
I'm not sure what to expect. I'm hoping it's a different veto just so that we do get something a bit more interesting because I feel like Ancient is just going to, we kind of know what Ancient's going to look like. I'm actually not even sure who wins though. So I guess there is something interesting there, given that, you know, both these teams look different against Spain. I do think that Poland is the better team though and should be winning this matchup, but who knows? Because France sometimes come out and they just look insane.
I think it will be Ancient. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see it. Line up Poland. Let's go. Let's show off Navi Javelins one more time. Letty, Viku, Hanka, Lena, Angelka. We've seen them already. Don't need to say too much apart from Hanka needs help. Someone please help Hanka. It can't just be Hanka doing everything.
Yeah, Angelica showed up in the last like 2 rounds, but was like 5 but 15 or something like that. So she really was struggling in that game versus Spain, particularly against the aggression that was coming out on that B bomb site, right? It felt like whenever they were going for these plays, which was pretty consistently, Angelica wasn't finding the impact you'd necessarily expect a player like her to. And I feel like against a team like France, they're going to be even more up in your face, and you need to be even more ready for kind of unexpected outcomes. Whether that's walking through smokes, whether that's just moving as a pack, whatever that is, you need to be ready. Angelica wasn't earlier. I hope she is now.
Yeah, and the thing is with Team France is they're going to be very aggressive. They're going to be trying to test your boundaries. And the only way, actually, Team Poland were winning that was when Hanka came over to help out B. She was the third player. She rotated over and she was the one finding the multi kills. We just saw Emeralds do well. I know you were speaking about her, and it did fit the narrative. She did look really good. She was playing some unfortunate positions where she couldn't really get tested all that much. What I do remember from Team Poland, though, is that they do like going A, which means that they will probably test Emerald quite early, which will be very interesting. Outside of Emerald, we've also got Julie, Kaede, Rachel, and Astra. Um, I'll be real. I've expected probably a little bit more from Astra, and I haven't really got that yet. Rachel's been continuing to impress. Been very impressed with Rachel. And Kaede wasn't really needed, to be honest, in that last game. Maybe, and I think definitely should be needed now.
Right, Astra had a couple of big rounds with her Lurks that were kind of locking in, particularly when she was making her way through middle. But it's interesting because again, when I saw her on that Let Her Cook roster, that was what surprised me a lot was that it wasn't the same sort of impact she had on NIP. Whether that's just kind of the role change, obviously going from orphing to rifling and playing very different positions is going to impact you. But I was surprised, that it wasn't her as the star of the team, so to speak. She was kind of third or fourth fiddle at times, and that's similar on this roster, which it's just interesting to me because she is such a star player in my books. Let's look at that veto,
Come
Brandon.
on, show me Ancient. Here we go. Ready? There we go. For those of you who have just joined in at the stream, don't worry, you've not missed anything because we're on Ancient again, and yeah, it's gonna take place there. Lucy, thoughts, feelings, emotions.
I'm dead inside. What's this? 10 out of 13 out of 14? Wait, best of ones. I think it's 10 out of how many best of ones? 3 today, 1 yesterday, 4. Yeah, 9. So 13 best of ones, and 10 of those have been ancient, including all 4 that we've done this week, right? Was the best one yesterday ancient?
Yeah. Yes, it was. It was Team France versus Team Denmark, and that was Ancient. Today, we've had Team Poland versus Team Spain. That was on Ancient. And then after that, we had Team Spain versus Team France. That was on Ancient. And now We got Team France versus Team Poland. This time on Ancient. So nothing really ever changes. This is for the best possible seed you can get, which is exciting.
Yes.
Outside of Team Netherlands, obviously, because they'll be seed 1. Team Poland coming in, I expect them to be seed 2. If they're seed 3, it doesn't make that much of a difference. If Team France are seed 3, it doesn't make that much of a difference. The only argument you could have is, well, if you're seed 3, if you're seed 2, is there any world in which you get seeded with Team 1 if you're seed 3? I don't know. I don't know how the seeding works.
What's interesting kind of about this is it's been a little concerning how these games have been for Poland. And again, it's like, how much are they putting into it? I don't know if they're on brew cap. I don't think they are, compared to some of these teams, for instance. We think about that Sweden game, that could have gone the other way. The Spain game could have gone the other way, right? These are games that you'd expect Poland to just be running over, and it ends up being a lot closer than first anticipated. And I think that when we're looking at France, these are the top 2 teams who have not played each other yet. And with how close Poland have been against the other 2, I'm actually scared for them, especially when we compare the 2 ancient performances we saw today. In fact, no, I'm not going to back them anymore. I'm swapping sides. Team France. Friendship over with Poland. France is now my best friend.
Wow, okay. This is... Melly's really got to you, huh?
Yeah, there's that Navi Javelins jersey hanging in the background. Put Melly's face there instead.
Melly's not even on Team France.
No, I know. That's the lasting impact of her.
That's wild. I didn't expect that.
Well, Poland just keep losing and playing close when I'm not happy that they do, and that's upsetting me. So I've been backing them for so long, and they've not come through. So I'm jumping ship to France.
Okay, well, I'll stay remaining with Team Poland. I've been told that there's going to be a couple of minutes before we remedy some technical issues, but once we do, we're going to get into the action. Where's the action? It's Ancient. It's all kicking off now. Team Poland versus Team France. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Hey, we're back, but not quite. We're live in just a sec. Team France, Team Poland are ready and up, and I don't really know what to say anymore, Lucy. Apart from it's ancient again. I don't really know what we can draw from
It's
on ancient
crazy.
anymore.
You couldn't pick me as an ancient hater. I'm surrounded by greenery. I'm wearing green. Brat summer. That's why I'm wearing green, neon green. But
I don't
I'm
know what that
old.
means.
Hey, Brat summer, Charlie XCX. Look it up. Anyway, Ancient's a great map. I actually love playing it. I love watching it, and I think it's a really balanced map, which is why it's ended up being best of one so many times, because both the CT and T side have a lot of things they can do, and there's a lot of fun approaches to it. So it is the perfect map, and these two teams have honed their craft on it. So, this is the ideal place for them to do battle.
I'm listening. I'm just Brat Summer.
Well, so Charlie XCX released an album called Brat a month ago.
There's
It's
an
an iconic album. It's brilliant.
There's an article from the Daily Mail that says, "Are you ready for Brat Girl Summer? Gen Z ditch clean living for the trashy style, championed by Charlie XCX."
I don't know about that, but I wouldn't listen to what they say. But you should listen to the album. And you at home, if you're not listening to Charlie XCX, you should listen to us. The second best Brats out. That's what the B stands for. Poland,
Brat
4 in
dog.
middle. Brats are going to go A, and it's open. Although, this little pausey pause. Oh, never mind. Viku.
One smoke has shut off 4 defenders of Team Poland, though. If they wait it out, it's going to be a very long time coming. Bomb can easily go down here. This has to be a retake effort, and there's one player on the flank. Emerald looks like she'll finish the job off with a nade onto Angelka, and suddenly we're in a really interesting spot.
That was really fun from Emerald, and I love this push through the smoke with the Glocks. Yeah, up close range, you can do all the damage. Viku gets 2 of those as they jump over. Absurdity from Viku. Comes in swinging, and she's got 4. Why not give her all 5? 6 bullets left in the chamber, only needs 1 to the dome, and it's an ace for Viku.
And that is the Viku we've been missing, I'll be honest, for a very long time. Where's that been, Viku? Where have you been hiding her? What have you done with her? But she's back. An ace in the pistol. Lets France know who's boss, and they tried absolutely everything. They had the smokes. They had the delay. They even pushed through with Glocks. However, you can't stop one USP in the hands of Viku.
That's the second round op. I'm a hater of second round ops. I've said it before.
You're just a hater today. I don't know what's going on. Everything you do, everything that's going on, you're just like, me.
I'm not a hater. I love that ace.
You're a hater of Ancient. You're a hater of the second round AWP. You just stop being a brat.
Those things.
Also, it's summer. I don't even know what this is. I'm just trying to I'm making things out of it. Deagle for Rachel. She's walked out mid. And in fact, the whole squad is behind her, just kind of giving her a gentle push. Go, Rachel. Go Kaede. What a shot.
I'm worried if they wrap Donut with Viku's position. I think she needs to be in temple. She's acknowledged it. God, she just read my mind. It means that if her sport in Lady goes down, she's got space.
Let's go in cave though, surely. With the space you've got, you can fake out. That deep smoke's thrown by Julie over in elbow. She can now go fake out Donut a little bit. You have pull rotations away. There is an open runway to be.
Yeah, they might be able to get the bomb down. Hanker is alone. They've done a really good job of putting the smokes around these mirrors, but you can't get past Hanker. She even jiggles. Bomb to be planted. So that's something. In fact, it's something pretty damn good. Emerald shouldn't get anything else out of it. Hanker gets a 3k. So they only lose 1 in the end, but France get the bomb plant.
Yeah, they do. But that's it. Only 1 kill. A light, actually a significantly heavy investment as well when you consider the AWP was being thrown in. SMGs get a couple of kills as well. Famous getting 3 always makes you feel a little bit good. That's fine. That's a completely fine round for Team Poland. Team France, this is what I was worried about actually on the T side, even though that they have got like these crazy like harebrained schemes where they'll make it in towards red within like the first 20 seconds. I don't think Poland will actually allow them to do that. And if their initial plan gets shut down, Team France, it's a case of, well, where do they go with this? What do they do? That's where it gets tricky for me.
Well, fast in middle is where they go this time, and Hanka gets the first and the second. Supporting flash round from Viku could not have been better timed. However, Rachel did win her fight. So, the leader in Laddie felled. Angelka slots into Cave and gets a freebie. It's an AK she can pick up as well as Emerald. She's going to try and get the bomb down. Smoke lands long. Kayde walks forward. Angelka jiggling off her. Kayde and re-swings, wins the fight. And it's a 2-on-2, the AWP in the retake.
Look at Emerald. This is perfect. She could potentially overwhelm here. I really like that from Kayde. She stands in, bails out Emerald, and suddenly Hank is in a really tricky spot. Has to walk through the smoke, already being wrapped. Emerald sees her and confirms the kill. Team France will make one of these afterplants work.
They didn't pick up the AWP? Interesting. Yeah, that was really nicely played, especially after you lose. That Rachel and Angelka gets that kill, gets herself an AK. That's Angelka getting a little too eager for that fight. You know, she could just pause at Cave, wait for her rotations to arrive. It's 3-on-2 in that post plant, and Poland should have all the advantage. But as soon as she loses that duel to Kayde, rounds on, and France are favored in that post plant, especially against the AWP.
Kayde's been so good at finding this opening pick. Not only just this game, but just in general. Just out long, hitting the one tap. This buy is a bit tricky here for Team Poland, but VQ on the boost. Oh, gets overwhelmed by Rachel. She does so well to find not only VQ, but also Lena.
Yeah, beautiful trading. Re-smoke, Angelka. Again, gonna upgrade. Make sure you get that reload off. 3 bullets. Gonna call Hanka maybe? No. They've gambled more towards the A side. So this is a big risk from Poland, hoping that because France have finished B so many times and with another re-smoke on B that it might send them elsewhere, but doesn't feel like that's the intent.
They've got smokes as well. You smoke off short, you smoke off long, then there's one flashbang to get you over. Angelka is playing so passively. But why? I feel like Team Poland need to take a risk. They definitely need to take a risk here, and they're not going to. Angelka's going to be overwhelmed. She's now stuck.
If Smoke's just going to block her, Hanka will start to move, but you just leave, I think. Save 3 weapons. Oh. Lurk's caught. Does cost Hanka a lot. Now you're in a 3-on-3. You are tempted.
There's no kit. I don't really like the decision to go for it. Smoke faded. They attempted the boost. That would have been heard on the jump. Angelka now looking around the corner. First contact, if it's taken by Rachel, is really clever because then Astra can swing at the same time. It is just Angelka. She was here first and she remains last. She needs to get these 2 kills and defuse, but there is not enough time on the clock. Kayde comes stepping in to help out Astra. It won't pay off in the long run, but it does not matter because Team France win the round anyway.
Joker's dead too, yeah.
Oh,
not gonna get away with that. Yeah, that lurk kill that Hanka gets actually was terrible for Poland because then it enticed them to go for it in the 3-on-3. Without the kit or util, you could see the issue. They had no way to approach that retake. They're standing at long and they're not getting anyone facing them. They have no way to cause someone to face them. When the swing comes, they're still searching for those fights and they get overwhelmed. Reset. We saw this stack earlier. And it worked. They won. They won. I don't think France fall to it.
We'll see. Uh-oh. Uh-oh! That's 2 kills immediately. This is still a player advantage for Poland.
Bomb planted. Can you overwhelm the French with what you've got left? The round definitely feels like the play. Angelica comes late. Try and catch Julie if she turns to deal with these players that are charging. But K-Day has a good line. K-Day drops one. But Viku hits the headshot. A tap on the bomb, hoping it pulls Julie. Viku gets another. Julie never budged though. And Julie getting them all. Viku taps it. Swing comes and wins. Julie plays that to perfection. Doesn't overcommit. Doesn't come back to go onto site. She waits and catches Angelica. That was the key element.
Yeah, if she moves, that round's completely over. And to be fair to Team Poland, look, you didn't invest a penny into that round, and you still got 4 kills out of it. A lot of damage being done, but a lot of money also being made by Julie. Most important thing for Team France is they got that round over the line in the first place. No AWP for either team. Fighting towards mid. Oh, that flash is really nice. The follow-up nades as well. It's a barrage of utility on both parties, and somehow Poland have come away with that, the victors.
Yeah, sure. Very hurt. Lady holding it. She get a little angle. France are very spread. Sort of way to jiggle that. Oh, that's not the smoke that she hoped for. Might actually be a slightly annoying smoke for France to deal with, though. They didn't see Letty leave.
Yeah, we got... That one smoke's actually invested 2 mollies out of it. And meanwhile, Poland, in the interim, have taken all of shelf. They've got all of mid. There's no map control for France.
Okay, smoke on Donut, but commitment's not there. France are going to eventually double pump this. They do have 2 more smokes remaining. Although a little bit in the dark because it isn't a commitment. Letty has no utility to deal with this. VQ's moved towards middle, so France stick to their guns, and it looks like it might work.
Look at VQ, though. VQ is on the flank, should be able to deal with Astra. Astra is considering it. Astra finds the kill. That is massive. Letty on the edge of the smoke, though. How many can she find? It's just 1. Needed a multi-kill from that position in order for Team Poland to feel a lot more comfy. Bomb still being committed. Oni will just go down. Is protected by the Shroud of the Smoke. And although Astra and Rachel are low, players are still in favor of France.
More damage done. Angelica needed to win that. How does she not win that? That's insane. Hanka drops. Lena, she has to leave. So unfortunate. There's just a few things that just go wrong for Poland. VQ, the timing on her push is just a little bit too late. She gets there after Astra has thrown all the utility and is holding for the flank because that's her entire role, especially in a fight in that sort of situation. So, of course, she's going to be ready for it. And then I think it's an overcommitment from Letty. I think she gets one and she can fall back. She doesn't need to fight for more there when she has no support. I think get one, fall back into Donut, play that 4-on-4. The rotations were on their way.
I disagree.
She had no way to fight it. That's the problem. Yes, if there was a flash, if there was any support, but she's just re-peeking the angle she was just on, and there's 3 Ts here in her position. It's never going to work out without something to support it.
She needed to. The thing is that she needed to there because she needed to buy enough time for the rotates to come in the first place. Because Team Poland wanted to fight ahead of the utility.
I think if it's a 4-on-4, they would have won that round.
And not with the Angelica whiff.
No, that was the bigger issue. Pushing, aggressive. Saved M4, and they've managed to get all the kills. Angelica and VQ with their pistols find success. Astra, wondering what went wrong.
Oh, nice find. Difficulty is now just doing anything else with the round. Flashbang forward, they both swing. Angelica collects hers. There we go. That's more like it from Angelica. Another one of these half investments just fall in favor to Team Poland, that they don't only just do the damage this time, they collect the rounds, they keep the pressure on Team France, they keep the economy honest as well.
Yeah, nice. When you've just got kind of that one rifle and a little bit of forced or half-bought stuff around it, cool way to get it involved. Pistols go first. They win their fights anyway, so works out better than anticipated. We're going B. Angelica was having a struggle against Spain. Decent damage, incendiary forward, Lena behind default to support, swings out for one, Angelica gets hers as well. Still have to get past her, and well, Angelica faded in and runs out of bullets. Oh, she's in trouble. Overwhelmed. 2 on 2. Very fast rotations. I don't know if Hank has been heard. We certainly know Letty is here. Hanka might be one that ends it. Yeah, that timing is beautiful. Payday forced the clutch, caught through that smoke, brought down to half HP, and now Hanka can just come up behind the flames and lock it in.
Yeah, that's unfortunate there, but Hanka's, the speed of the rotation is everything. I can't believe Angelica actually gets 2 kills here, because she was fumbling quite a lot. It's the contact being taken by 2 different teammates that enable her to get those 2 kills. And then Hanka does the rest. Yet again, Hanka top of the board alongside Viku. Letty having a quiet game.
But Letty, she's anchoring, so... Try B again. Oh, this time they're way ahead of it. Flashbang from Angelica sets up VQ, and she's happy to clean up. They lose 1, but it's all fine. No bomb plant, nothing for France.
Yeah, and now suddenly this is Poland taking complete control of the game. We aren't really having this back and forth. This is France is trying to attempt to do something. Poland are 1 step ahead of it. And again, I mentioned this in the game against Spain. I'll mention it again here. The one thing you don't want to give Team Poland is sort of any sense that they feel like they're in control of the game. Because the minute you take that away from a team like France, all your confidence is gone. Because you're trying to attempt to do one thing and it doesn't work. This team, in my opinion, doesn't really have any backup plans. So they need plan A to work, because the insurance is not very good.
Now Letty's feeling a little emboldened, has Viku by her side on this push, but Emerald is holding for it. Oh, but Letty under the crosshair gets that opener, and they're just going to run back. Now, for France, they need a response to this. A boost up from Kado, that's been common, and Angelica slides out.
Right.
Astra deletes Viku, so that's something. She starts to move quickly. They know where she is. Hanka fully aware of this. They might even just catch her if she just walks around this corner. Yeah. See you later, Astra.
This is what I mean, though. Like, France wanted to play a little bit more passive in this round. They were hoping for aggressive tendencies out of Poland. They got it, and they lost their fights. And suddenly you get Astra that hits a brilliant kill in towards mid, but then has to scale by herself, and Hanka can just rotate over and capture. And just claim that space back. Good find. But you don't know about Angelica. She's just tucked in the corner the whole time. This is sold perfectly. 30 seconds left. They're leaving, but they're going in towards Letty in middle.
Yeah, Letty is going to be in a great position too. Oh, jumps up, and it's not the best time, and it doesn't matter. She's able to get 1 and do a lot of damage onto Rachel. Rachel's just going to gun it to A, and Hanka's going to beat her there. Even walking through Temple in this moment, she can just drop out and lock this in. The bomb does go down, so that's something, but at this stage, they prefer the rounds.
Yeah, and now she can just wait and delay, because Angelica can go and find the AWP. Or, at this point, just keep both AKs, because you could afford to reinvest the AWP anyway. No, they decide better not. Fair enough. They want to future-proof their economy for the rest of the half. But here in a tricky spot, you're right. Even with that bomb plant, Team France, they've got to make a decision. And we know what Team France are like. They're going to prioritize the weaponry over the utility. So there might be a Mac 10 or a Galil in play, but ultimately, it's just going to be AKs. One AK.
Funky. Rachel's AK and then the rest mostly pistols. Very fast with the Mackie. Letty though. Ooh. Bailed out by Hanker spamming through the smoke. They are going to execute on the AS. Smoke lands at the perfect time. That stopped them. They were holding W. They were ready just to go. But now they have to completely reset and go elsewhere without a smoke.
And at the same time, Lena's just pushed and jiggled cave, and she now knows that no one is at the B doorway, and she can focus all her attention, I was going to say, on elbow, but she turns around. I don't know why she did that, because Angelica was scaling B ramp, and suddenly that's a kill back for France.
Now you're going straight into VQ, though. Shadow, that one's free. Tempted wide swing, VQ staying strong. And there's nothing to flush her out, so she can just sit back here. Poland know the commitment's not coming. VQ can just stand sentinel. They don't have to really move from their positions.
Especially because of Angelica.
Yeah.
If Team France rotated all the way through Sport, Angelica would get them. There is a way through this, and it is Letty falling at Donut. However, she gets the first, and now she should be on cleanup duty. Nice shot from Astra. But again, you put yourself in a 1-on-4. Hank has got the lock-in on the swing. Team Poland suddenly have turned into flow state. And you can't stop them. This could be an 8-4 half.
Yeah, looking very clean. I mean, that was kind of the half investment. We will see the full buyout from France into this final round of the half. No idea. What's the game plan? Mid-smoke missed. So Anka actually has a little bit of a one-way over the top of it.
Thinking back, actually, to Impact playoffs and how Leda Cook beat Navi Javelins sort of in those opening games. And it was all due to catching players off guard and then accelerating immediately. And that has been the game plan here in this first half for France. They've been trying to walk in towards mid, cause a little bit of chaos, get rid of Hanker, for example. Oh, instead, Hanker blows open the smoke and deals with Astra. That is a big element of Team France removed, because that's basically your lurk player who's always dedicated to lurking, relinquished. And Rachel, very much the same. That's let her cook. That's the core down.
I think it's so good. I've just said that and she's going to get caught. No. Drive-by tag. Three on 5. Oh, you just face the smoke. That is brutal. Because now you have to peek into the AWP if you want to go B. But if you somehow VQ gets domed here, it's actually very doable. But it's VQ, and she rarely misses the shots that come her way. Might not even need to hit any more as Angelica swings, looking for that final kill, and VQ just charging with the AWP, wants to get it done. Time's running out, and yeah, it will be that 8-4 half as prophesized.
Yeah, I mean, look at the sea of blue on the CT side. 6 in a row for Team Poland. Momentum definitely with them. It's good to see VQ fired up as well. I know 5 of those kills came in the pistol round, but it's still a very good performance from her. They win the pistol, Poland. It's, I don't want to say game, but it kind of feels like the trajectory in which it's going. I feel like Team France desperately need this pistol.
Good smoke. Emerald's dualies behind it. Gets that first kill. How many more can she get? Oh, turns out quite a few too, at least. And that allows Rachel to arrive. Vicky was the late closer this round and said she's the only one left. And, well, Astra shows her USP hits pretty hard too.
That was, Yeah, an interesting pistol from Team Poland. That was, let's go A no matter what the consequences are, no matter if there's a smoke, no matter if there's counter utility. They just held W. They were hoping to get the job done, but couldn't get past Emerald. And it's kind of what we were saying pre-game. Team Poland will prioritize going A, which means Emerald will be tested quite a lot.
Even given the M4 here. I think. Shouldn't MP9 for a start. Now it's an M4. She has no util. So I'm a little scared for her, because even Julie, her support, has no util. They gave all the util to the B players. But Emerald in a great spot, and they're so distracted by Julie. She's able to get a double or triple between the two of them. It's all okay.
This is what Team Poland have been doing every single game, no matter the opponent. First four rounds, they'll just go A. So it wouldn't surprise me here again with this investment if they go back to A, even if it hasn't been working. It's just what they do. It's weird. It feels like it's the same sort of. Well, I mean, there's no variation. It's just the same game plan every single map of Ancient, and we've seen a lot of Ancient.
We've seen a damn lot of Ancient. Oh, missed Insta from France. Well, as earlier with Spain. Anka looking to get aggressive in middle, and she's gotten very good spacing.
No way you walk through this.
Now, she's not going to walk through it, I don't think, but I think she's going to rely on her teammates' contact to then give her the space. We saw this happen earlier, but the other way around. So a nice way to get the opening kill. Emerald lies in wait. Smoke's going to block her vision.
Part for Donut as well is clever, just because obviously Hank is already in it. So now you're creating just a solid, safe pathway out for you. Astra is on a very late lurk. They're not even going for this Team France. It's just going to be a save, but it's 3 MP9s
That's
that
what
you're
I mean,
saving.
right? This is your bonus round. You're going to buy the next round. So it's a little bit interesting to me. They're spreading out. So they want to get exits. And if you can upgrade the MP9s to AKs, that's a decent outcome. You know, if you can do a lot of damage here, but... Okay, Rachel is going to do a bit of damage. So this is good. Keep them low, take a few down with you would be perfect if they can do that. And they managed to do some okay damage, but it comes at a cost of some of their own. Oh, that's nice. All right. So you end up with 2 rifles and you remove 4 Ts. That's an okay outcome.
Yeah, that's pretty fine. I did say they'd go A, though, but they just did it again. I just don't know. This is now round 4 in the second half on the T side, so I expect Poland to do it again. And then after that, it's fair game. They just default. But
playing like a scrim.
Honestly,
they're not going A. Oh, they are. Maybe. The bomb's over there.
I think they are. I think they're just setting up the mid util. Angelica's going to put a little bit of pressure on. You're going to fight for mid, and then you're going to go over A. This is the same control we saw last round. But this time, look at Emerald.
Different split. The AWP also in Donut. Oh, Kayde's in for a tough time. Emerald gets hers, though. Might even get both. And that's the bomb. If she gets this kill, that's probably the round right there. Kayde falls off because that bomb's spotted. And they push through, and it's a catastrophe for Poland.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing, to be honest. I understand the mid space, but as soon as Emerald spots out the play, you have to cancel that. You can't just stick to the same game plan because it's not going to work. Because France are going to be ahead on the rotates. I wouldn't have minded it if Poland took space in towards red, for example, and they were doing what Astra was doing in the first half, or what Astra does every single time she plays for France on the T side. But it's very... They are so tunnel visioned, Team Poland. The fact that we swapped half, and I said for the first 4 rounds, this is what they're going to do, and then they do it. It's really easy to read. Like, it's so easy to read.
Uh-oh. Oh, overwhelmed. Hanka, you got the bomb.
Yeah, she's realised.
You can't be there.
I don't know why Angelica's got the AWP.
Yeah, give this to Viku. What are you doing with it?
It's Emerald. Oh, okay. Did collect the kill. And Angelica does find her. Maybe that's why she's got the AWP.
Oh, Hanka's drive-bys with the Tech 9s. You just can't shoot her. She doesn't stop moving. She's A and D'ing and A and D'ing. And now you're in a 2-on-4, but that's a good first kill from Rachel. Thara on that clear. Don't have a smoke for Donut. And 2 players in the post line here. Vicky's just playing around this smoke with the M4, and she gets behind default. She should surely be clear. No, she's going to get a freebie. And this is a free round for Poland. They did it to Spain earlier, and they do it to France here. It's an eco win.
Yeah, and it's unlucky for Kaede. She just gets completely overwhelmed over at Donut. One missed shot, that is literally all it takes. And then Angelka, holding the line with the AWP, deals with Emerald at big box. And then that's all the rifles given over. And I think it was Viku that was that player that was behind default right at the very end. Not 100%, whoever it was. The point is, the distraction, the shots were being pulled over from Donut, so no one was considering default. Yeah, well played, baiting VQ in.
Angelka Optif. That one's brutal. France are really building a good start to this CT side. That was meant to be a lock-in. We should be 8-9 right now with 1 round between them. Instead, Poland, a good lead. And now Poland will try out B.
Yeah, the thing is, you've put so much conditioning over towards A now that you're expecting Team France to react. That molly had a really funky bounce, but it still somehow made its way in towards the entranceway of Cave and Jaguar. Team France have got really good spacing towards mid. Rachel should just not swing. She doesn't need to swing, but she might because the rest of her team are in sort of that vicinity. That's been calmed over. VQ sees the shadow.
France have no utility. Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Angelka just contacts. Yeah, they knew exactly where, so she can just pre-aim that position. That timing's bad. But it might not matter because they don't push down. Lurk caught out. Hanker falls. BQ repositions to a better line to fight. HT straight onto her, but her bullets, again, they don't miss. Looking for a second. Can't get past Emerald. Problem is, France can't get past the entrance to Cave. They're going to rely on Emerald. Keep pushing forward. They take space for the Polish side outside towards Long. Emerald, another. She's trying to do everything here for France. And she has the kit too. That might be enough. It's not planted. This retake's been successful.
Ridiculous. Team Poland felt really claustrophobic there as soon as Emerald got that kill on VQ. You could see them trying to maneuver around. They knew France was stuck in towards Cave. They knew they had the space out towards CT, but they needed to play from long. Instead, 2 players swing in from short. And that's a complete mistake because you can't defend the bomb from there. And at the same time, Team France have also gone in towards long just to kind of cut off that access. That's a really smart retake from France, but that is Team Poland making a number of mistakes that let them in.
I see her some space. That's a round from Emerald. Impact undeniable. She's pushed A main, so she's getting information early. It's going to allow this AWP to look towards Donut, which is where Poland make their moves. France have taken some ground. Down lower B ramp, but actually might be good timing. And there's that funneling into Kaede and Emerald. Yeah, you weren't expecting her to be there. Vicky is actually still alive, but barely. And that timing on the crunch, very good. Lena can't control. Lady gets the kill, but Vicky, remember, she's so low. Might have found Emerald in the end, but it's not going to matter. Julie locks it in.
Yeah, that one, again, falls apart because of the advanced positioning there for France on the extremities. By having Emerald pushing towards AMA, by having these players push down B and confirm, it just means that Kaede can remain on this angle in towards Donut because that is the only piece of map control Team France haven't contested. Even a smoke in behind Emerald sells the idea further. Sure, VQ wins out the fight, but it doesn't matter because Team France, they know exactly what's going on. And suddenly, the economy's broken. Team Poland have got nothing. No bomb plants for a few rounds. It is just Tech 9s.
Double AK, double MP9. Oh, it's such a wacky CT purchase. There's no M4s. I don't know if I've ever seen such a buy.
Wow.
This combo. Vicky's on 1 HP.
How does she live that?
Crazy. France would be in the lead right now and be about to find their, well, potentially 11th if they've just not lost to the Pistols.
I'm concerned for Letty's position right now for France.
No, look at Julie. They're aware of this opening.
No, I don't think they are.
That doesn't matter. Letty wasn't thinking someone would be sitting there either. That's such a stupid angle to sit on. That's not going to happen, Angelica. So France are doing it. They're pulling off this comeback. This is what they did to Portugal earlier, and they're doing it again to Poland.
Yeah, Poland look a little bit lost in sort of the mid-round. It's interesting because if you remove the sort of the indicators as to who's who, I would say that Team France are playing more like Team Poland at the moment. And Team Poland are actually running into the risks I thought Team France would run into, which is when stage one of their plan doesn't really work, they haven't really got any fallback options. You don't expect that from a team like Navi Javelins.
More top heavy on the Polish side of kill distribution versus France, which is very even. So 3 you expect for Poland. But when everyone on France is firing off, difficult battle forward. Poland default across the map. Giving too much of an indication of their plan.
I mean, they're just going to go B. They're just going to take space in towards Shelf. They'll take the first stage cave control here with Lena. And then they'll reset. They'll get the bomb and they'll execute. This is the difference now, though. I think, in my opinion, nice spam from VQ is that they're actually putting control in towards middle. And now this can also just change and deviate plans. It won't, but just by layering this utility here, you keep your A players on A, and that means you can go B. It's exactly what I wanted out of Team Spain in round 24.
I can't believe how much damage that spam does. She always takes down 2. Astra Clays. Swings. Letty was holding. Now the smoke's in the air. You're definitely going off this. Don't know what happened to that one. Long's open. That causes problems. But they're solved quickly. 4 on 2. Emerald. Kayadeu has the AWP. Yeah, you're not thinking this is happening. Emerald's just going to move into a position to try and catch some exits.
Yeah, I don't know if they would be, but Team Spain, if you are by chance actually watching the broadcast, that right there, what Team Poland did, is the textbook way is kind of what I was trying to explain for round 24 in your game, because it's the denial of control in towards middle. You're using your utility, and it forces the A players to remain over at A, whilst you're still taking space to guarantee your setup for that B exec. AWP gets denied as well for France. Emerald will find hers, but it doesn't matter because VQ's got the AWP and she's saving it.
Yeah, I don't know what KD's doing there. The exit kills there aren't worth it. Yes, you can buy one into this round, but if you lose this round, you're in trouble. So that was that's a crazy position to try and look for exits. You can just hold from Donut or even Elbow, either of those, and you've got somewhere to get away from while still holding that same angle.
Yeah, anywhere else but there, really.
Yeah, that's like the most awkward place to be with the ult.
This is nice. Because what's happening now for Team Poland is they're just putting a little bit of pressure down on Kayade over at A. They're not signifying to themselves that they want to go over here, but what they are doing is putting pressure, and that's forced 2 rotates over. And suddenly, if this fight gets won out by Angelka, it completely changes where Team Poland can go and bring this forward. Look at how much utility Team Poland just forced out of France.
Yeah, this is the way you expect Poland to play. This is just aggression on both extremities and keeping the enemies uncomfortable. They get the opening kill. Emerald, the top fragger, removed. Astra will get 1 back, gets 2 back, in fact, off that aggressive play. So aggression meets aggression, and France come out ahead.
Oh, that's smart. Look at Hanka. So she knows right now that Astra's normally the mid player. So she's taken all the space here in towards red and has hit a mega timing because Kayade, wasn't considering it. Julie was, but gets overwhelmed and Hanka walks back around and domes Kayade. That's the A-bomb site open. That's Poland once again with a player advantage.
That's the Hanka special. What a round from her. The decision making, as you mentioned, but just the raw aim is phenomenal. Letty, yeah, Rachel walks straight into her crosshair. Astra, I feel like you want to save. You really gonna hang out here? You're really gonna give this a go?
Yeah, she's gonna injure it. Or she's gonna try to at least. No, never mind. First kill was hers. If she can rush down Letty in Donut, maybe there's a chance. There's 2 kills immediately. Angelica playing patient. Astra taps the bomb. Angelica not swinging. Astra has an idea it's going to be made. Angelica runs away, trying to play the time. I think Astra's done it. I think there is just enough time to defuse. France, off the back of Astra's ace, have equalized.
No taking away from the way Astra played that. That was brilliant. Gets that first kill just lurking out and then runs down the second knowing that it's going to be an isolated fight. But that one stings from Poland. And it's a familiar taste after they did the same thing to Sweden. This one not quite so brutal as we're still in regulation, but that should have been 12 for Poland. Ninjuring looked the most likely. You're right to think that, but she just finds the way to thread her way into that clutch, and it's beautifully played.
They just didn't expect it. That's the key thing, is as soon as Astra gets that first kill on the player at double box, notice the way Letty plays it compared to Angelica. Letty swings immediately. She wants to get the trade. Angelica's tucking. The communication is not on the same wavelength there. And because you've got stylistic clashes between your two teammates on how you want to approach that sort of 1v2, the only way you give that over to Astra is if one of you peeks and then forces it into a one-on-one. And that is exactly what happens. If they both tuck there, Astra can't win.
Auto shotgun for Julie. Hanging out in Jaguar. What's that molly again? It kind of just lands in the mouth. I don't know. That's fully the point of it. Gonna get side control. And again, long focus miss. How does this keep missing?
And it
go
works
1 for
anyway.
1. Rachel's low. He's got a deagle to hold behind. And they're pushing forward, at least for a moment. Bomb to be planted. Viku loses out to the auto shotgun. But look at the HP on 2 of these players. Poland definitely can still win this post plant.
Yeah, they can. Especially with Letty in this power position. As soon as Julie and Rachel, if they fall here... if they fall here, they don't. And instead, Lena could line up these players. It has to be Hanka. It's always Hanka. She is inevitable, but she needs to clutch up once more. They know where she is. Rachel's just going to stick it right in her face. And she doesn't believe it. Emerald will fall, but it doesn't matter. Rachel gets the defuse, gets the AWP, and gets out of dodge. Even finding the kill at the very end. France have done it. And I think that potentially could be the final nail in the coffin.
I can't believe that round. Another one of these ridiculous rounds. They were such low HP. The Mach 10 in that position is literally the best weapon you could hope for. There's literally no other gun I think you want there.
I'd raise you one. The XM.
Yeah, I can't believe that. Julie actually has such a massive round. First of all, wins the fight of Viku with barely any health remaining. Viku could have won that. And then wide swings onto the Mach 10 and wins that too. Absolutely ridiculous. But that's France. And that's them putting Poland on the backseat.
Look at this buy from Poland. Mach 10, Deagle, a Galil on Angelica. I don't want to be rude, but Lena should be giving the AK over to either Viku or Angelica. With the way the game is currently going.
Yeah, the players always do this. Every team seems to do this. I don't know why you don't give it to your players that are performing exceptionally well. Like, it's crazy to me.
Oh. They do dodge the spam. This is going to be B. As soon as Hanka links up here, they're going to just drop their smokes and they're going to go. There's one flash. In fact, there's one smoke. No, a second one got deployed. Okay, 2 smokes. But Team France immediately counter. Lena's going to disrespect this.
Thought about it anyway. The whole gang's here. Okay, they are disrespecting, just waiting for the flash. Astra dodges it. Astra gets 3. Eventually put down. And Viku through the smoke catches Julie. That is everything. And it's given a chance for Poland. 2 on 3. Rachel. Oh, Viku's done it again. It's always VQ, it feels. In these big moments, she's the one that steps up. And an MP9 and an AWP in the retake. KD does have the kit. She's managed to find a gap where she can crawl forward, get the space. Emerald being the distraction to bait out that swing. There's a molly. There's a smoke. Onto it. Angelica, can she deny? Trying to defuse, sticking at the spam. Oh, she gets it off, but no, she doesn't. It was the wrong target. And there was about 10 HP left on K&A. France win it by the skin of their teeth.
Yeah, that is really unfortunate, to be honest, for Poland, because Angelica, as soon as she gets that kill, she's like, right, I've knocked the defuser off. No, you have an Emerald play body block, and it was 1 bullet. That was the difference. That was the key difference. I can't believe the way that they won
Those
that.
last 3 rounds were all like that. That's the crazy thing. All 3 of those rounds are like, they could have gone either way. The margins, Astra wins 1v3, right? That's how we get to that position. And then those are the 2 rounds that follow that 1v3. Insane ending to that map.
That was ridiculous. We'll see the highlights here. I thought they'd done it. I thought Poland from that 4 on 2, the way that they were winning it back, the conviction in those kills from Viku, I was like, okay, I'll hold my hands up. It's going to be overtime. They're going to be able to get it done. And Kaede just hits the player at default, and then immediately they just stick the bomb.
2 1v3s then, because Julie also got one there. So, yeah, that's ridiculous. Poland did get an eco, so that kind of balances it a little bit, but...
Not really.
Yeah, that's brilliant from France, ultimately. Like, what an incredible run they've had here in this qualifier in terms of the teams that they've taken down, right? The only loss that they have posted was to Spain. That was that reverse sweep that Spain pulled off, but they beat Denmark, they beat Portugal, and they beat Poland. And Spain again.
Yeah, they got their revenge on Spain, right? They come into this ultimately with a better seed than all of them. And deserved. I think it's just the retakes that France go for are so audacious every single time, and it just works. That's your difference.
She had no bullets, so it's not like she could have kept shooting, but oh my God.
Could have gone with a pistol, but
there was no time. No time to swap. There was about half a second left. So yeah, in the end, that's going to be the result. France end up with the top seed, Poland with the 2nd, Spain with the 3rd, Portugal with the 4th. And the other teams that qualified, obviously Sweden and Denmark, joining Netherlands, who are also already there based on the seeding. But that's it, guys. That's it, wrap. We've done all of the European qualifiers. We have all 7 of our teams that are going to be in Riyadh at the end of the year. We saw some more qualifiers coming up. They're going to be going on in a little while later. We're going to decide the Americas teams that are going to be going to Riyadh as well. So make sure you come along and tune into that when it happens. But for now, that's the broadcast. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.